I don't want to be right.
What was Socrates for that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Steers on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flag. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Oh man, it was a rough night. A rough night in South Florida sports. You know what's coming. You know it's coming every once in a while. You know, you know what the end result is, and you're still just not ready for it. It still stings and it still hurts, and so that Hard Knocks was a tearjerker last night, dude. I'm telling you right now, that Hard Knocks last night.
Wow, dude.
I was crushed, Marcos.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Crushed. When they went, first of all, they did a dirty thing. HBO,
They knew.
you're a dirty bitch. I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Whoa.
I'm sorry I have to be so crass about it, but it's true.
Whoa.
What they did last
Add
night,
that to your list, Marcos.
what they did last night, Leroy, with the all episode being about Jaelan Phillips. Oh, what a great guy. I met Jaelan Phillips' cat.
Oh,
His
yeah.
cat is adorable. And just his relationship with Bradley Chubb, and this kid's a star, and everybody loves Jaelan Phillips, and you know what's looming. We all know what's going to happen. And even with you knowing what's going to happen, it couldn't have prepared you for how heart-wrenching it is, because they did this thing. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
They did this thing where like they do the play before the injury, but then they just kind of singularly focus on his legs.
Why did they do that?
Why did they do that?
How did they know?
What? And he just crumbles.
Wow.
And like even the Jets guys, like, are you right?
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
You good?
And he knew. He's just like, it popped. It popped. And the guy and his teammates are telling him, no, man, you're good. You're good. You're good. He goes, it popped. And then Mike McDaniel comes over, and then the waterworks start.
When the waterworks
I was done.
Oh,
I was
God.
done. I was done.
Oh,
I was
God.
done. And this is why Hard Knocks is maybe the greatest show on television, but sometimes television shows take you on a ride, and I was not prepared for what I watched last night.
Yep.
It was the worst night in South Florida sports history.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a little.
It was terrible.
It was
terrible. Terrible. You know, how about when Marino, who of course had a famed Achilles injury,
right?
He's like rubbing his shoulders in the locker room.
Played in that game.
You played in that game?
Yeah.
You were in the Marino Achilles game?
Yeah.
Wow. History. Part of history.
Imagine if Hard
And
Knocks.
and you know who took over for Marino?
Bernie?
Scott Mitchell.
Oh.
Bernie broke his ankle in the same game.
That's what I remember from
The
that game.
same game?
For you guys.
Yeah. And Scott Mitchell's first pass, pick 6.
No.
Oof.
Still didn't win.
It's just, I was not. They did a dirty thing yesterday because I love this man now. I love Jaelan Phillips even more than I love Jaelan Phillips, especially with his cat, Mister.
Oh, yep.
What an adorable cat.
You say I like my cat more than I like all you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So great, man. So great.
Because everybody's like, you're a cat guy?
Yeah. And how many times did they mention that? Oh, he gave up football due to the injuries.
Oh, they went through him medically retiring, and then they show his highlights with the cane. They took us on a Jaelan Phillips journey.
This was his episode.
And this is only to break your heart at the end because you're gonna, dude, Leroy.
How could they break your heart when you already know what happened?
Because,
Broke your
dude,
heart.
it's cinematography. They took us on
Oh
a journey.
my God, dude. Stop it.
Leroy, they
Stop
took us
it.
on a journey, dude.
Stop
Leroy,
it.
I
You know
swear
the
to God.
story? We've been living with this dude down here for the last, 5
I-
years?
No, but here's the thing. They had this conversation. Marcos, what about this part? When Mike McDaniel goes to Jaelan Phillips before kickoff.
Oh my God.
And he goes, hey, the world's going to know your name today. You're going to become a star. And I was like, oh, that's goosies. That's goosies. But then it's like reverse goosies because you realize, oh no,
Reverse goosey.
because you know
reverse
what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Like imagine like that and by the way, everybody was he said at one point, Jaelan Phillips said this. He goes, I'm like pitching a perfect game right now. Don't even touch me.
Wow.
Don't even touch me. And
did
he was
say
right.
that.
He was doing everything. Deflections, tackles for loss, got a sack at the near the end. All for it to just like that. Cruel. It's a cruel world, man. It's a cruel world.
It was rough.
You go from the most dynamic thing on the football field, and then nobody looks tough on that stupid Achilles scooter.
Oh, no one.
Nope.
There's nothing you could do.
Nothing.
I think like the fact that it took time to settle. First, he was immediate with it. Something popped. Then, time settles. Everyone's like, no. And then once everyone kind of knows, there's a pause, and then he starts crying. And
Oh,
my God.
and you know what, Leroy? You want to know what makes crying worse?
What?
Because you ever see a woman cry with mascara and like it just she's ugly.
Your
crying.
mascara ran?
Well, he had eye black on,
Oh,
so it was just like the waterworks with the eye black, and it was tough. It was tough.
Can I just say this? Marcos, you're a jackass.
what?
The one text that goes through.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yep. No, I just wanted to secure that for later. Stephen A. Clay has been playing like hot trash. Yeah, Stephen
Can
A.
you have a little respect for the moment and respect Jaelan Phillips?
No,
I mean, how long will it? Listen, I feel terrible. I feel bad for him. Okay. I really do. But like, okay.
Well, listen. I think that's because you come from a hardened football life.
It's not even that.
But it wasn't just
the reason why I feel terrible is because here's a young man that looked like he finally started coming to realization of who he is, what he can do on a football field.
Right.
And now it's just a matter of going out and do it. And he's battled some injuries and over the years, and it just seemed like everything when he came back earlier in the year, that every business had picked up for him. And so I feel bad because you want to see where this goes. You want to see how good he could be. And now it's gonna, now it's the comeback, right? Now we're gonna ask, can he get back to back to what he was, when we don't know how high that ceiling was gonna go, because like he said, if he was pitching a perfect game.
Yep.
I mean, they couldn't touch him. So from that standpoint, that's why I feel bad.
Jaelan
Like,
Phillips
you can get over injuries.
Jaelan Phillips put out his own press release today, by the way, on Twitter or X, whatever. He said, surgery was a success. Day one of many. Prayer emoji. I'm built for this.
Hey.
Yeah.
He has declared surgery a success.
There's only one person that I've heard of in recent years where they said surgery didn't go well. Alex Smith.
Multiple surgeries didn't
Multiple
go well.
surgeries. But for the most part, they always come out and say surgery was a success. I don't think you know it until you start rehabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So hopefully as he gets through the process of rehabbing, because, unlike a lot of stuff, you spend a lot of time off of your feet. When you have knee surgery, they want you walking as quick as possible so you don't atrophy. But this is a different type of injury. So you're going to be off your feet for a while to let it heal. And then it's the whole process of getting range of motion. And if you want to know what the most painful thing with any injury for an athlete is,
Mhm.
It's not the surgery. It's not the pain after the surgery. It's the rehab and trying to get back your range and motion because you got to tear through scar tissue.
Yeesh.
And that's the most painful thing.
Dade South, of course, caps off this segment by saying, Jaelan Phillips and Tobin are nose brothers.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Did you when he said my mom cried on Dan Marino's shoulder?
Yeah, I did.
How cool is that though? You know?
I mean, Dan Marino's a great shoulder to cry on.
Of course.
They did show afterwards where his parents are there, and he's.
Yeah, he invited his family. It was a
I
big
know.
game for him, man.
I know.
Isn't he from California too?
Yes.
Damn it,
Okay.
HBO.
Yes. The theater of this game and this Hard Knocks,
Yeah,
was tough.
it was so crazy that they kind of covered the Javon Holland play for like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Everything else was
Which
focused on-
might have been one of the greatest plays.
one of the greatest plays.
He did get.
I mean, you know what it was though? It was like you can't truly appreciate that play unless you've seen the last 5 plays before that. And
I know.
Right. So when that's the ending to the half, after the previous 5 plays,
That was
it's
cool.
even more exciting.
It was cool because they showed, like, you kind of got to see Tua be, upset with his turnovers. Mike McDaniel doesn't sweat it at all. Like, he didn't care. He's just
You
like,
know who else was like that? The Greatest Show on Turf. Like, we don't care about turnovers. We don't care.
yeah, he didn't care at all. And like Tua, you could even see like they still have to kind of go in and tell him, like, because he walks into the locker room at halftime and you can see he's got like a look on his face. Like, but Darryl Bell goes, just keep shooting.
Yeah.
And so they didn't care about that at all, which I'm sure is the opposite of what it was with the previous coaching staff.
Well, he wouldn't have been in the game.
Probably.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and for the second one, they would have yanked him.
But I think that what that does is, like, a lot of quarterbacks throw, picks, and the coaches will give them the look, or maybe scold them a little bit or get on them about the turnovers. But then you get into a different frame of mind. You can't play that position afraid of turning the ball over. And I think that's where Mike McDaniel is with Tua, right? That's where the team is with Tua. Hey, don't stop being you, right? If it means that you throw a pick, okay, but you still have to be aggressive. Throw the ball in those tight windows. Make quick decisions, right? The most important thing for this offense right now is Tua's quick decisions, because that saves that offensive line that you've had to move around all year.
For sure.
And that is probably one of the most important aspects of that Dolphin offense, is the fact that Tua's not getting sacked because he's getting rid of the ball so damn quick. And if you make him hesitant, you expose your whole offense and not just that aspect of it. So I think they're doing a good job of keeping him aggressive and just letting him know keep doing your thing. Because listen, it's the same offensive line from last year. Why does it seem like he ain't getting sacked?
We'll take a quick break. Back more to this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. You guys can watch us live. Get in on the chat on 560 WQAM's YouTube page, our Twitch page, the channel Miami 560 WQAM, and get in on that. It was a rough night. Let's get some more headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Canes got waxed by Kentucky yesterday. Just completely run off the floor in the second half.
Goodness. It was.
I got a mean text from my uncle yesterday where he just simply tweeted me, "Get the F out of my gym." Wow.
Wow. Mr. Kentucky. Wow. So
You're around draft time. See you later, dude.
Jesus.
My uncle Liam is a rabid Kentucky Wildcats fan. I don't really understand why, but
Move this whole family.
I do need him come draft time when the Heat, inevitably will draft another Kentucky Wildcat to get my scouting. But I did not like that last night. The Canes got absolutely
they couldn't miss.
Stomped.
Oh my goodness. I never saw a team make more threes and just everybody. And
Yeah.
they were like, you can't miss. I'm like,
Kentucky was hot then. That's what it was.
Kentucky, they just smoked.
Very hot. Smoke it.
Just smoke it. Like the Canes made a nice run in the first half. The lead at one point. It was kind of close to the, coming out of that, and then just run off the floor in the second.
It was like if the run and shoot met a methodical offense.
It was that's really probably one of the tougher places to play in the country, though. Arena.
Yes.
That place is that's a for real skis college atmosphere. Not that they're not used to it. Obviously, they were in the Final Four and all that, but it's not easy to win on the road, man. It's a tough one. So
it's early.
That was no big deal. I wanted to see, I was busy watching the Heat. I didn't have time to get into a back and forth with him too, and I'm just like, dude, it was a rough one tonight. I don't want to quit, but really what I wanted to tell him is calm down. It's not January, okay? That's when the Canes always turned it on.
Wait. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What would the text have been to your uncle if the Canes had won?
Hard to say. I don't know.
It's not hard to say. It's not hard to say. It's not hard to say.
Probably would have been something like, "We are blue bloods now, baby." No, that was tough. The Panthers got screwed last night. The Panthers last night against the Blue Leafs, they thought they won the shootout. This was like Fiesta Bowl all over again, where the Blue Leafs are literally off the ice. They left. They called the shootout over. And then something out of WWE. Hold up. Rodriguez, they waved off the goal. I was like, what?
In a shootout?
In a shootout, dude. Everybody was ready to go home anyway. Everybody left the ice. Call them back.
Why did he
Panthers
wave it off?
I don't understand hockey. Something about the way the pad was that they said, it was in the pad.
They said he double tapped the puck.
Right. And so they waved it off after review. Get the hell out of here. We're all ready to go home. Smelled like some Canadian shenanigans, if you ask me.
This is strange. I'm reading that people were in the tunnel already. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're reviewing that.
I've never heard of reviewing a shootout.
Dude, it was crazy. And it was all the Blue Leafs had left. Maurice, too, he had enough of the referees.
Yeah.
He was he just told one of them to F off.
I like that.
In his calm voice.
No, he's not. It's like him and Spo are the same. They are really maniacs on the sideline.
Spo got teed up.
Dude, okay, so this is what I want to get to. Last night, also who got screwed was the Heat. So yesterday, great, unbelievable game yesterday.
It was
a great game.
It was close. No team got way out of hand. Yeah, it was tight the whole way.
It was the only time it wasn't tight was the first 3 minutes when the Heat were down 15-2. But after that, great game. Scoring up the wazoo. It was awesome. And they get to the end of this game. Bam hits a floater. Okay. Heat are down 2. And then ref calls a foul immediately on J. Rich. And Spo loses his mind. And like, it's a rarity for Spo to get teed up. He's animated. He'll jump out, but he doesn't get teed up very much. I think he's only been ejected once in his career. He loses his mind because one, we're having a hotly contested game here. It's physical. And they give a little ticky-tack call on Damian Lillard. They're picking him up full court. Refs send him to the line. Spo loses it. So now he gets 3 free throws. The Bucks get to go up 5 with a minute left. And here's Erik Spoelstra after the game. Because it was dude, first of all, Bam Adebayo. Woo, this dude. I mean, this guy he's good. He's good. But he was like, it's not only that he was doing that yesterday. No Jimmy. Jimmy was out. He was mic'd up.
Was he?
He was mic'd up.
Wow.
He was mic'd up. They only went to him once. And it was just telling J. Rich to stay aggressive, which was nice.
Yeah. That's probably all the ones they could play.
Probably cursing too much. Yeah. But Bam was great. He had there was a great back and forth between him and Giannis. Giannis had a stop on Bam. Then Bam goes down, takes a charge on him. But then the one possession he had where he swallows up Damian Lillard on offense and covers him like a blanket and then swats it right into the stands. Problem was, there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock, love. And Chris Middleton hit a really tough shot. It was
fading away.
Yeah.
He shot that ball. He ended up in the second row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bam was great last night. Although I do agree with Gaff. He missed 3 dunks. It's like he probably could have had an even bigger game.
For sure.
He played 43 minutes, didn't he?
He was awesome. No, well, he had to play anytime Giannis played. They were not letting the game go on without Giannis. So Erik Spoelstra after the game, very close game, great back and forth. Heat do not advance in this stupid in-season tournament.
Oh, it's stupid now.
I've said it was stupid. Don't act like I haven't been saying it's stupid.
I think Jimmy was listening to the show because we were like, a week off of rest, even though I think we're wrong on that.
No, we were totally wrong on that. Now they got to play. They got to go to their punishment is they have to go to Canada.
Oh, God.
They have to go to Toronto
to play another team who's not in it.
Right. They have to go play. They have to play the Raptors and they have to play the Cavs at home next week. So I was completely wrong on that. But it's not my fault that I'm not wrong. Nobody understands this stupid tournament.
This is so strange.
Did you see yesterday?
I understand it?
No, you don't.
No,
nobody understands.
Ask me a question.
Okay.
Ask me a question.
Did you see yesterday what happened in the Bulls Celtics game?
No.
Oh, I did see that.
So the Celtics had to win by 23 points, and they are smoking the Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay. Smoking them. And they are such bastards because they're the Celtics. They're low rent. They do and Andre Drummond in the middle of the game because they want to keep their lead fat. And Billy Donovan's losing his mind.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing? And Mazzulla has to go explain to him, we got to win by this many points, Billy. Because they're losers. And that's what they have to do. They have to scrap and claw to go get a road game in this stupid tournament. And so nobody understands the rules, not even Billy Donovan.
What happens when you win the tournament again?
You get a trophy, and every player gets $500K.
Okay, so this doesn't have any
no free playoff spot. No, that would be cool. If you told me you get that, that's cool.
Yeah, because Jimmy could rest the rest of the season.
Yeah,
that's
we wouldn't even need. Yeah,
for be what 16.
He could have. 70? Yeah, they could go in there with 20 wins and be like, it's all good. We got
all good.
We locked it up. That would be great.
Yeah. So this is just essentially for a cute little trophy and money that the Celtics already have an abundance of.
Yeah. So anyway, and all the NBA people are trying to tell you, this is the greatest. The NBA tournament's the greatest. Dude, look at all the results last night. They were all by 30 points. The only good game was the Warriors Kings, which was Malik Monk at the near at the buzzer. That was great. And which obviously led to great things for you because now Klay Thompson's getting annihilated all over the country.
I got to admit something later, but I don't want to talk about it right
now. And, of course, the Heat Bucks. The Heat Bucks was a great game.
Yeah.
So the national TV games were great. The rest of the games, they were blowouts. Anyway, Erik Spoelstra, getting back to the Heat. They get completely screwed at the end there. Damian Lillard, who I don't know if that hurt Heat fans or not. It really didn't hurt me that bad. You want to know why? Hawkins, dude. Oh, he was good. Did you see what Shaq calls him now?
No, what?
Hoctor J.
Point. For Shaq.
He's good. That's Shaquille O'Neal was good on the broadcast, dude. He made Reggie Miller bearable.
Damn.
Now it did squeeze Harlan out. I will say that. It was kind of like the Reggie and Shaq show.
Yeah.
But it was a good show.
That's not. We got to save him for Dolphin games.
Shaq was having a good time. We will also get to Shaq not knowing how to count.
Okay.
But before that, let's hear from Erik Spoelstra, who is the king of complaining about the referees sneakily so he won't get fined. Here is Spo after the game.
Yeah, I mean, probably the only real possessions, 3 possessions that I think we could have, 2 we could have done a better job, and 1 they could have just let play on. But the offensive rebound, obviously, but it felt like we had it. Jay Rich had like kind of rolled his ankle at the beginning of that possession, and so they end up getting an offensive rebound, and then of course it ends up in Lillard's hands. The baseline out of bounds, I think we ended up like switching it, and Middleton hit a incredibly difficult shot. But I think if we were body on body, we could have defended that better. And then I think the entire building and whoever was probably watching on TV probably just would have wanted to see what would happen without that 90-foot foul call on Lillard, and then the subsequent technical on the head coach, basically to steal the game. I think, look, Lillard is good enough. He very likely could have created something going down the other end. I just think we all wanted to see what's what, see if what would have happened. But that kind of just took the air. I think it was a minute left. It was a 2-point game at that point. And that pretty much just sealed the game from there.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Like what he said there. He's like, Lillard's good enough, right? You don't need to help him, refs.
You don't need to help him. Also, it didn't help that it was Jay Rich at the end of the game again, of course, getting the foul call on. But Jay Rich did have a good game. It's just him in the last minute of a game.
What are you doing?
I mean, he had a great game. He had a great game.
What are you doing?
No, I'm just saying, but it was a great game for him. Great game. He's having a good season.
2-minute warning.
But of course, end of the game, Jay Rich. He seems to be around the miscues. Not his fault. It just happens to be that way.
Every time.
Because David Guthrie's a coward.
Oh.
Who's David Guthrie?
The referee.
Yeah.
Answer
for your crimes, Guthrie.
He's a bum. And Erik Spoelstra should not have been teed up. It's ridiculous. But he is like that offensive rebound where Giannis throws up that brick 3, which I was like, yes. Why is Giannis taking a 3?
So great.
And when they didn't get the offensive rebound, it ends up in Dame's hand. I'm like, oh. They had a couple of those, just like marginal plays that just really swung. And then there was some dude. Who the hell was that guy who came in for the Bucks at the start of the third quarter? What the hell was that guy's name?
That guy's a creative.
He hit a 3 off the glass.
Oh, yeah, with the wild hair.
He had one that went whew, and dropped. He had 2 threes that were the ugliest shots I've ever seen in my life, yet they went in. So really annoying. Really annoying. I will tell you this, though, and these are the facts. That Bucks team, they don't want the heat, dude. They don't want the heat. They don't want the heat.
They don't.
They don't want the heat. They don't want the heat.
They're not as scary as I thought they were.
They're not scary. They're not scary. They're not scary. They're not scary. And let me tell you something, Giannis and Dame, they don't work together.
Why not?
I know they're undefeated in all games they've scored over 25, but they don't work together. And let me tell you something, especially, they don't want the heat, dude. They do not want the heat. Think about yesterday. Think about this. They had to claw with their fingernails, okay? Like any given Sunday. They had to claw with their fingernails to the end of that game. And if it wasn't for a crooked referee and Josh Richardson,
speak on it,
the Miami Heat would have won. And that was without Jimmy Butler and without Tyler Hero.
Preach.
And they only have a Jaquez who's 18 games into his career.
Oh, yeah.
When Dr. J actually gets into some surgeries,
that's good. Think
about what this team is going to. I'm going to tell you right now about the Bucks. They may want to take on the Celtics, and they may want to take on the Philadelphia 76ers, and they may want the New York Knicks. But let me just tell you something about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
Who by the way, he needs to mind himself a little bit. I was watching yesterday on Ethan Skolnick's, not Schmeeth and Schmolnick's, but Ethan Skolnick's Instagram, and this guy's trying to be his humble self, where he goes, "Oh, is Miami still a threat? Of course they." They don't have the biggest names. Dude, you want to know something, Giannis? don't tell me about names when they gentlemen swept your ass not once but twice in your career, dude. Mind your P's and Q's, okay? Because you know what the facts are. Sexy names, not sexy names. The facts is the Bucks, they don't want the Heat, dude. They do not want the Heat. That's the facts. This is just like the Sixers last year. I don't care if Miami is 0-2 against them this year. They haven't had a real game against the Heat. Not a true loss, okay? The first game, they nearly had it come back in the only game Jovic played this year. They nearly blew a 25-point lead to Tyler Hero and Children. Secondly, now you have a game at the building with the Heat. No Jimmy Butler this time. So you've had a game with no Jimmy, no Bam. And this game also had no Tyler. So two of the Heat's leading scorers were out. And you needed everything plus crooked officiating to get the win. They do not want the Heat, dude. I'm telling you right now, once again, that Bucks team is wetting down their shorts if they get drawn with the Heat in the playoffs. Wow. Not a problem. You want to know what I don't fear? I do not fear Giannis Antetokounmpo. I do not fear that giant ostrich, Brook Lopez. And I don't fear Damian Lillard.
That's probably because you're not out there playing against them.
They don't, dude, they don't fear him.
All right.
They don't fear him.
I got you.
When Jaime Jaquez has more, because let me tell you something about Jaime Jaquez. This kid was cooking.
Yeah, he was.
He was cooking.
Yep.
And this kid doesn't even have 20 games under his belt. Not even 20.
Pretty good.
They don't want the Heat, dude. They don't want the Heat. The Bucks do not want Marcos?
The Heat.
The Heat, dude. They don't want the Heat.
It's true. You said that last year, and
that was the Sixers.
I know, and you proved to be right.
Yeah.
So
they don't want the Heat.
How can I doubt you?
All right.
Heat in 5.
You're very, very generous to the Bucks.
Oh, giving them 1.
Very generous.
Okay.
Take a break. Back after this.
November's moving along, and we are
Mm, 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 mm. Mhm. Hey, I can't believe you playing that
Yeah.
in South Florida.
Why?
And-
Because it's cold?
No.
Oh.
The name of that group?
Ohio players. Fire.
Yeah,
that.
but the name of the group is Ohio Players.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal was on the broadcast last night for the Heat game. He was given a Heat culture jersey.
What'd you think?
Of them giving him the jersey?
No, of his performance.
I thought he was great. I thought he was awesome on the broadcast yesterday.
Nice.
I really like Shaq on the broadcast. He's really funny. He's got like the ad libs. Like he definitely like it's tough because I love Kevin Harlan. He definitely kind of snuffed out Kevin Harlan because he was just busting chops with Reggie so much. Like they were making a lot of fat jokes. It was great. Great time.
Shaq making a fat joke?
No, Reggie making fat jokes to him, and then they're both making fat jokes about Charles Barkley. It was a great time.
He ain't there to defend himself. They did have a couple of Charles Barkley comments in there.
Yes.
So great.
But I thought Shaq was great. I loved it. But
they gave him a jersey though.
They gave him a jersey. Yeah, things are good with them. He sits with Pat Riley during the playoffs. Like that bridge is completely rebuilt.
Nice.
He's the Carnival chief fun officer.
That's right.
Hey, it seems more fixed than the D Wade situation.
I think Wade just doesn't like our state.
That's part of it. He's there's definitely some stuff there. But no, I don't think I think things are cool with D Wade in the organization. Yeah. I think so.
All right.
I don't think there's any of that hard. I mean, that's always going to be a thing that happened, but I think that's more of a him and Pat thing. I don't think that's a him and the organization thing.
Right. I got you.
But anyway, Shaq got his Heat culture jersey yesterday, Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was given a homework assignment from Reggie. And he's like, hey, can you describe Heat culture for me? And Shaq said, yes, I will do that for you, Reggie. But, you see how he did it.
Let me ask you a question, Shaq, because people around the country, everywhere I go, they want to know. Nice to read there by Jamal Cain. Define what Heat culture is. What does it really mean? Because you lived it, you won a championship here. What is Heat culture?
I'm going to define it in 3 words. Discipline, motivation, and never giving up. If you remember in the finals against the great Dirk Nowitzki, we were down 0-2. The world knows I'm a terrible pick-and-roll defender. You know that. Right. But guess what? We're never going to give up.
We're going
to motivate ourselves.
I was shocked when Coach Spoelstra said even you were out there guarding three-point shooters because everyone had to cater to things that weren't their strengths, right?
Yes, we did. So, we had a great team, of course, but again, motivation, discipline, and never giving up. So that's basically, Heat culture defined it. It's a lot more, but we don't have time for that. And yes, I could fit this jersey.
Let me see this.
I am too sexy for my jersey.
Oh, this is nice.
Yes, I can fit it.
No, you can't get into this.
Yes, I can.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm telling you I can get into it.
I might be too big for this. Richardson. After 3 moments ago by Stern.
That was basically the game. You can see Harlan's like, and Richardson.
And the game's going on, by the way.
So he's going to describe it in 3 words.
Yeah.
Motivation.
Yep.
Discipline. And never give up.
Well, that's never.
It's 5 words.
Yeah.
Should have said 3 things.
Probably should have said resilient.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
exactly.
also the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm surprised no one checked him on it. Definitely, if he does
Tobin
that
did.
broadcast.
No, everybody did. Everybody was like, wait, what?
That's more.
I'm going to define it in 3 words.
Yeah.
Or 5. 3 to 5.
Wait, he should have bundled them. Which is the dumbest commercial ever.
I like that commercial. The guy starts shaking. Oh man. So yeah, he'd fall last night to the Bucks, but really good game.
They wouldn't have made it anyway, though, right? Because
no, I don't think so.
The Knicks
won
easily.
The Knicks smoked the Hornets.
Right.
The Knicks smoked. They beat the Hornets. They basically were out of once they
gave up the 20-point
they
lead.
blew a 21-point lead, I think that was it for their in-season tournament hopes. But yeah, they've lost. They've lost 3 straight, but they haven't had their best. The Knicks game, the Knicks one is the bad one. They didn't have any of their players for the Nets game, and this one they didn't have Jimmy against the Bucks, and it was down to the wire. They played a really, really great game. I'm not freaking out about it.
Have we heard any update about Tyler? I heard he's out of the walking boot, but that's all I heard.
Yeah, he's out of the walking boot. He was shooting at practice. I think Anthony Chang, I saw him right the other day that he's going to be out at least another week. He said that at the beginning of the week. So maybe back for the Hornets and Bulls games the week after this week, once this in-season tournament nonsense is over.
We never have to deal with this in-season thing again, right? It's not like a second round after the All-Star break.
No.
I'm done with this.
No, I mean, you'll have to deal with it next year.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Good. I'm done thinking about this. I don't know what's important, what's not important. What color is the court going to be
I think the
today?
thing that I also find strange about it, maybe I would find it different, is what if it was deeper into the season?
That's what I was thinking.
It's like the season just started. Why? We don't even know who's good, who's not good. We just got basketball back, and it's like, hey, before 20 games, we're into this in-season tournament. It's like,
here's why they do it.
It could be the start of the season tournament.
Here's why they did it then. Okay. I think they want as much of a separation between this and the final charge for playoffs. The other thing is that a lot of people like me who've said to you on numerous occasions, see me on Christmas Day when it comes to basketball, because I'm into football. So it gets more eyes on basketball sooner, and it gets these teams to not play basketball like, oh, we're getting ready for December or January.
Unless you're Jimmy Butler.
Unless you're Jimmy Butler, and you could wave 10 million in front of him. He's still gonna do Jimmy.
Jimmy's like, yeah, but my ankle hurts, and I got dominoes with Usain Bolt tonight.
Yeah, y'all better. I don't want to break Bam.
Listen, I don't know, man. Yesterday, that dude's playing possessed. Did you see when he bowled over Bobby Portis and Giannis yesterday?
Oh my god,
I was
so
like,
great. Too.
Oh my god,
so great.
I really I'm loving what I mean. His jumper right now, man.
Did you see who did Caleb put on skates where he went baseline underneath? Was that Bobby Portis?
I don't remember if it was Portis or Middleton, but yeah, he looked great yesterday too. Yeah, I think a lot of great stuff came out of that Heat game yesterday, other than the ref screwing him at the end.
Yep.
That's it.
Lowry had a good game too.
Low dog. That's my guy. I thought Will Manso had a great tweet about Kevin Love, where it's like every time Kevin Love takes a charge, he just has this look like, I'm way too old for this.
Yeah, he does.
The look that he has when he takes those charges. And then he took one yesterday where that giant ostrich elbowed him right in the face.
Oh yeah.
And he just sits there on the floor and he goes, did I come back?
I mean, think about this.
My culture.
You know, you've been playing basketball a long time when you accumulate gray, right? Like there ain't a whole bunch of gray basketball players. Kevin Love, Green got a little bit. He got a little bit of gray.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
We don't know if LeBron has gray because he barely has hair.
Yeah, he's not. If he does, he's not going to let you show. He's got those LA doctors.
Yeah, true though.
Like you imagine like the Rolodex, like if you're LeBron needs a dye job on the beard. That beard's gonna look incredible.
Yeah.
You know, you saw him in Space Jam.
Pretty good. Younger than I've ever seen him.
Amazing.
Really amazing.
Take a quick break. We'll get back into the Dolphins here, including Mike McDaniel revealing that he played through injury during one of these games. Get to that next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food. To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let us get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto.
We know trucks.
Dolphins back on the practice field today, getting ready for the Washington Commanders. Their quarterback gets sacked a lot. He throws picks, but boy, does he throw up a lot of yards too.
That's because they're always playing catch up. That is the epitome of looter in a riot.
Oh,
Yeah, well, it's tough.
but at least he can do it though. There's other teams that go through that and they don't even get yards.
Didn't FedEx Field, was it FedEx Field recently? I feel like it's FedEx Field because it's always FedEx Field.
Yeah.
Didn't they run out of hot water for both teams 2 weeks ago?
Out of here, dude.
Like,
At the same place with the poop pipes?
yes, it is, dude.
Out
Yes,
of here,
it is.
They're getting ready to. They're building a new stadium.
Well, apparently they're going to just let the old one just rot to the ground
That
because
is
no hot water? Jeez.
I've had that situation before.
Didn't you have a hole in your restroom or something like that?
Yeah, it was two. Like the stadium was, the locker room was 2 floors, 2 stories, because it wasn't big enough to put everybody on one floor.
This is in Cleveland.
Yeah, and there was a hole in the window. And one time it was really, really cold, and upstairs there's only like 2 showers, so you had to wait. And a lot of guys just say, "I'll take a shower at home," because the wait, the cold, right? Then after like 10 or 15 guys take a shower, you ain't gonna have no hot water.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said if they from 2 weeks ago, no hot water in locker rooms at FedEx Field for Giants Commanders. They said a Commander spokesperson said, "We had an equipment failure in the main water heater that provides hot water to the field level locker rooms. We can't resolve the matter without completely shutting off the water in the stadium, which is why it couldn't be repaired in game." Jeez.
Get it together, FedEx
What a
Field.
what
You know what they should do?
That's a worse field.
Make all those people giving those explanations go take a shower in there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because you don't, if it doesn't affect you a lot of times, you want people to be compassionate and understanding without fully understanding what it's like to not have hot water. So make them say, "You know what, sir? Great. You go take a shower."
Dr. Toboggan says, "Isn't RFK Stadium still there rotting?" Is it? How long have they been in this FedEx Field? It doesn't.
Since Daniel Snyder bought the team.
FedEx Field opened in 97.
Yeah, that's about when he bought the team.
That's a pretty old stadium. But man, the poop water, then they got no hot water. What a dump.
What's that other place? RFK Stadium?
Yeah. I think like the hell are they called? The Nationals play like their first couple of years there.
Oh my God. That one was open in 61.
When did it close though? Or when was the last game there? That was like
96.
96?
Yeah.
The last football game. That was the last football game there.
Yeah, that was the football game.
No, I feel like the Nationals played like maybe 2 seasons there before their stadium opened.
So horrible.
Because I remember the Marlins going to RFK. Ryan Zimmerman hitting home runs, because he's always been a National.
At least
I think he's still a National. Is he still a National? He can't still be a National.
Who?
It's the same age as Ron Washington.
Who is
Ryan
back in
Zimmerman.
coaching.
I
We're
know.
back in coaching.
I know, dude. Mike McDaniel, Hard Knocks was last night. Now, it was a very sad episode. We talked about this in the opener today that was brought to tears from the theater that was Hard Knocks yesterday. Jaelan Phillips really tugged at the heartstrings, but we did need some levity. You know, we needed some laughter. Mike McDaniel revealed that he was playing hurt during the Raiders game.
That's tough.
That's tough. He revealed that a Raider kicked him in the shoulder and also hit him in his McDaniels.
I got drilled last week. I got a bloody shoulder. It was the first play of the game. I thought a defender was going to hit the guy out of bounds, and he missed. And so he ran up on me. He slips out, kicks me in the shoulder, and elbowed me in my manhood. You get it? He just ran out, kicked me in the shoulder. I had to act like it didn't hurt. It hurt like a motherfucker, and I got hit in the dick. So I feel like I'm gonna puke right now.
Football can put you in a world of pain, particularly when you get hit below the equator. Best to just laugh it off.
Yeah! You're about to ball today.
Wow. Not only do they have him describing it, but then Liv Schreiber has come in with the hard voice.
Especially when you get hit below the equator. Like, yo, Liv, you got man jewels too, dude. Like, shouldn't you be saying that a little bit differently?
Football can be hard, especially when you get hit hard in the ding dong.
Oh, okay. I give him credit though.
He did.
Powering through.
You know why? Because Mike McDaniel, you know, being the stature that he is, he can't show weakness, even if he does get hit below the belt, because it's going to be a meme. You know.
Let me tell you,
it's got to breathe through it.
Sometimes, like when the worst part is when you're running with the football and they punch, you want them to hit the football, because if they miss the midsection, the nether region, you getting hit everywhere but that football.
Mike McDaniel just gets hits below. He's like, breathe. Can't have Max Crosby see me like this.
The cool thing is, right, is if you've been on like a long drive and somebody gets hurt, everybody on the team will be like, stay down.
Take some time.
Take some time.
Yeah, he was going up. I think at that point he was talking to Woody Johnson and Stephen Ross, and Woody Johnson has that ridiculous chain that he's wearing because he's with Sauce Gardner.
What?
No one's gonna tell him he looks ridiculous.
It looks ridiculous.
Like no one can tell a billionaire he looks ridiculous, right? Like that's what that is.
They can't.
He thinks he's the coolest because he's like, I got.
Did you hear David Tepper talking?
I saw some of the quotes. I didn't hear. We have some of the sound.
That's why know billionaires don't care.
He has been wearing that stupid chain because Sauce Gardner wears the chain, but Sauce Gardner, like he's got swag. You're Woody Johnson.
Sauce. You could be, listen, Sauce, just in his name, got swag. Woody Johnson is the farthest name from swag that there is.
Yeah, just watch your Woody though.
Football can put you in a world of pain, particularly when you get hit below the equator. Best to just laugh it off.
Yeah!
What is? Do you think Liv Schreiber, like, does he write that or does somebody write that?
He doesn't write that.
He writes that. Well, I don't know. When we have our football voice guy, he just reads what we write. When we send him, he reads.
Oh my goodness.
He reads. Like if we ask him to read Goosey's, he'll read Goosey's, even if he sounds weird doing it.
He's kind of got one of those football narrator voices too.
They're professionals.
Can we get
Goosies? Goosies. Goosies. Goosey. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. Yes, I puberty hit in the middle of that word. It's
so
I
great
mean,
voice.
Like, I'm jealous because my voice could not be farther from that.
Goose.
I'm closer to high pitch Eric. I am. And to the point where everybody thinks when I talk, I'm mad. Right? Like, dude, I ain't mad. Calm down. I say, you telling me to calm down because you don't want to have to deal with this issue, or you're trying to find a way out? Because I'm not mad.
I got a Twitch says, did they talk about Tua's arm and his missing chunk? They did not.
Oh my goodness, they showed it.
They showed it, but they did not acknowledge what happened.
You know what that's from? Helmet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get cut all the time, dude. It's the worst. Like when people come and hit, people come and hit your, especially if it's a little cold and your skin's really dry, right? If somebody hits you or you get tackled or something like that, and the you know where the little things where they tighten the helmets, the little screws that hold the face mask, those things get you, and it's plastic. It's not even metal. Yeah, but the face mask are, I don't think they're metal anymore. It used to be like metal with rubber around them. I don't think they do that anymore. But yes, I've gotten a couple of those where somebody came and tackled me and I put my arm up or whatever and it just
chunked it.
Yeah.
Gross. Take a quick break here on 560 WQAM. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560. WQAM is the channel there. Streaming live on the Odyssey app, which you can spell in your app store, AUDACY, and subscribe to the Tobin and Leroy show there. We will be back with more. We'll hear from that kook David Tepper and another kook, Aaron Rodgers, as well. And maybe pull on your heartstrings with some more Jaelan Phillips because that was really sad yesterday. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. If you want to bop, you can this weekend.
Oh, where's
at
that?
the Riptide Music Festival.
Whoa!
On Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Finally upon us.
Yes, it is upon us Saturday and Sunday. You guys can get on out there. It is a hell of a show. Black Keys are going to be there. Jelly Roll. I only talk to God when I need a friend.
That's the only lyric I know because
we were listening to the one with him and Lainey Wilson on the way to school today. It's kind of sad. I was like, I don't know why I'm hypnoptized by this on the way to school right now.
Huh. Which, I'm going to get some new Jelly Roll into the system.
Lost cause.
Huh. All right.
Baby, don't waste your time on me. You could have made that like the montage song last night for Hard Knocks.
Oh, yes. So sad. That's a tearjerker.
And it was, dude. It was too much. Anyway, get on out there, man. The beach is filling up. Head on over to riptidemusicfestival.com to purchase tickets today, and don't miss out on a great weekend on Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Let me check something.
Riptide Music Festival is powered by Ford and
You know what I'm
sponsored
checking?
by Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. What's that, Leroy?
I want to see what it's going to be like on
the temperature.
Yeah,
Weather. Leroy.
Is it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
No, just Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Low to mid 80s.
Oh, pretty good, love.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
good.
solid.
We want future weather update.
Not too hot.
Nope.
Not too cold.
Brought to you by the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE.
I wore shorts to get breakfast.
It was brisk.
Oh, I was
It was
like,
brisk.
yeah.
It was a brisk day today, dude.
My boys wasn't having it.
Got to be careful, dude.
Football can put you in a world of pain, particularly when you get hit below the equator.
Man, the other thing from this episode was, of course, the Jaelan Phillips Achilles, but they also would pan to Aaron Rodgers as the Achilles injury was happening.
That's right.
Aaron Rodgers yesterday addressing this supposed comeback and if the playoff race will have anything to do with it. Here was him on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, and what that crazy Aaron, what's he going to say today?
It's always been first, am I healthy? And then, are we alive? Are we in it? Are we playing good enough to make a run? Can I step in and protect myself and play at the level that I feel like I'm capable of playing?
I don't know, dude. You guys look like you're going in a bad way right now.
Yeah, why don't you just take this year off, Aaron?
I mean, where are they right now? They have 4 wins.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just like, how are they going to win a game with Tim Boyle at quarterback? Did you watch Tim Boyle play quarterback? So like,
Wow.
Yeah, like, how are they supposed to do that? And right now in the conference, they're second to last. The only team that's worse is the Patriots, like, which is crazy. I can't imagine they're going to be playing for anything. In any possibility is coming back.
No, they literally would have to win every game and then still need help.
Yeah, it's a big ask.
Look at those Patriots, though. Oh my god,
I know
2-9. Jesus,
God, I hope they blow this pick too.
Oh, they're gonna blow it, dude.
I just said to the private chat, what are you doing, JFig?
Checking out, she's looking out for your lower equator, man. You can't wear shorts.
Yep. Leroy wanted to hear a bit from this kook David Tepper. So he is the Panthers owner.
Keep in mind, he's fired 3 coaches in 3 years.
Yep. He paid Matt Rule a ton of dough. He says, though, his reputation away from football, patient.
My reputation away from this game is one for extreme patience. There's no reason why that doesn't, come here too. It does. That patience comes with good performance and things that you want to see progress being made on in different aspects. And as I said, I would like to have somebody here for 20, 30 years. I'd like to have somebody that would say eulogy at my funeral in 30 years. Okay, maybe it's 40 years, I hope.
What's going on here?
All right. Here's the problem.
What?
patience in football is not sticking with your coach after he wins a Super Bowl and then struggles. Patience is going through that struggle in the beginning and giving him an opportunity to turn it around, right? Now, here's the thing that I think owners don't understand. When you change coaches over and over again, you don't affect them because you paid them. You don't affect you because you don't care, you want a winner. But it affects the players that you have on the roster.
Right.
Because that coach is going to come in and turn a lot of guys around. What if the offense doesn't fit your quarterback who's now had 2 coaches? Like, yeah. So when he says patient, and then he follows it up by saying, yeah, I'm patient, but it's based on results or whatever, you expecting to bring a guy in and him to win right away? That doesn't happen in football.
Why does he want the coach to read it at his eulogy? Like, I don't think Stephen Ross is going to have Mike McDaniel speak at his funeral.
Strange. Really
That'd be a
strange.
long eulogy.
It'd be a long eulogy.
Man, that guy, he'll talk long about what he had for lunch. Could you imagine trying to wrap up somebody's life?
Yeah, I think you nailed it though. Based off what we've seen in Hard Knocks, potty mouth, dude.
He does have a potty mouth.
Bit of a potty
he
mouth.
does. I think that's probably why he has so many ums and ahs. He likes to drop the F-bombs. Although, dude, my favorite part yesterday, because it was a sad episode, but when he's given the game-winning speech, we know he doesn't like Victory Mondays. Like he doesn't believe in them. But he gave them because the game was on Friday. He goes, you guys enjoy the weekend off. And then somebody got a little pushy in the background and just goes, Victory Monday? And he just goes, no, F you.
I got a 3-day weekend there.
3-day weekend? What are you, crazy? I like that.
Hey, I know coaches that are like that. I know coaches, Belichick gave Victory Mondays, right? Never got a Victory Monday with Denny.
Yeah, you said Denny had that schedule laid out.
Laid out from the first day of training camp to the Super Bowl. And we stuck to it because he said he believed that he wanted you to be able to concentrate on football. You don't have to worry about, all the other stuff. He said when you have bye week, you know how many days you got off, you can plan. So you want all your concentration on football.
That was great. No, F you. Here's more David Tepper. He said he didn't influence the Bryce Young pick.
And all those decisions, whether it was a head coach, whether it was Bryce, I don't really vote on those decisions.
Liar.
The last piece. Okay. So those decisions are made by the football people.
Yeah. Okay. Dude.
Wait a minute.
Who the hell's
wait, can I say this?
You keep firing.
Wasn't the word on the street was he wanted Bryce Young?
I think that's what he was asked. Yeah. And he's like, that's not true. The football people.
Well, you need to fire them.
He's good at that. Here's him talking about what they were going to do with the second pick when they had it before trading up.
Originally, we were going to go to the number 2 pick, and we thought we'd get CJ because we thought the Texans were going to pick Bryce. And listen, we preferred Bryce. He was our number 1 pick. We had a lot of conviction.
Liar! This guy's amazing.
I love when you have so much money, you can say whatever the hell you want, and ain't nobody going to really question you on it in the organization right. Nobody's going to say nothing. But we all heard before those comments that he wanted Bryce Young. Am I off on this?
No, that was that's been reported.
Right.
That's been reported. But he's not the rich don't like to look like idiots.
I mean, look, not for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you took Bryce Young and you see what CJ Stroud is doing,
it's tough.
You had a choice of either one. What do you call that?
You blew it.
Yeah.
Right now, you blew it. Right now, it looks bad.
But here's the problem. The one thing they seem to have in Houston that you haven't had since you bought the team is stability at the most important role in that organization, and that's coaching. So if you have a young quarterback that's struggling, the last thing he needs is another regime to come in. I don't think owners get that. how difficult that is to go through new offense, new coaching, new terminology over and over again. Because then after his 4th year, they'll say he's a bust.
The only way that it would make sense is if Frank Reich was pulling a Flores and he was just rats off a ship on Bryce Young. That would be the only thing that would make sense. Like if he just
which, if that is the case, then that would make David Tepper look even more like a liar.
Yes, but I'm saying like that's the only thing that you could give it, because if you really believe in that player and you see, well, the right, like if you looked at the Tua situation and you looked at, now Tua's never losing like Bryce Young is. He didn't do that in his career.
No.
Even when Tua wasn't impressing people with stats, like the Dolphins had a good record with Tua. Yeah, they had a good record with Tua. So I think they have to look at it, if you're him, and say, well, if I did believe this, I have to have a coach that absolutely 100% believes he could do something with this guy. But man, also not, but so they're probably going to have to hire somebody like Mike McDaniel, who's off the beaten path, who nobody interviewed, who really puts a lot of confidence into him, because I don't know any real coach that's going to want to go coach there.
No, especially when you see the situation with the owner and then the quarterback. Like you can't, as good as they thought Bryce Young was going to be, right? You can't look at that situation now and say, we got a quarterback. You can't.
I can't believe G Reg is trying to get that job though.
He don't want.
He said he did.
You know what they said on First Take. You know what they said on First Take, and I'm upset about it, but it's very true.
What'd they say?
Here's a spot for a black coach.
What, the Carolina job?
Yeah, where you have no chance of succeed. You have no chance of succeeding.
Well, if you want another Alabama coach, I would suggest Brian Flores. If you want him to believe in Bryce Young, I would say that's probably not the guy he should go with.
How about, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this is a spot. Bieniemy. He's gonna get fired in 2 years, but
he's gonna get fired in 2 years, or he's gonna get if Ron Rivera gets fired, he'll get his shot with the Commanders. Maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't that a clean house situation though?
Maybe.
You already fired.
Right.
They just fired the defensive coordinator?
Jack Del Rio.
Yeah. So
here is Tepper on he could veto, but he supported the choices.
Even though if there was a process with 5 people in the room and the way the votes came in, it was Frank was the first choice. I always could veto that choice. And even if it was Bryce and the votes came in unanimously in this particular case, I could have vetoed that choice. In both cases, I supported both choices.
That is not. Hold on,
dude.
That is so far from the stories we've been hearing.
That's not. Hold on. But even if that is the case, if you have a council, but you have ultimate veto power, if Frank's like, I think we should go CJ, and David says, really? You're still feeling that way, huh? He goes, but maybe Bryce. He goes, I like that. I like the way you're thinking, Frank. So it's like you can say what you want in the council and be like, oh, I have ultimate veto, but like they'll probably know what your influence is going into those decision-making meetings.
Right. Because the last thing you want to be is in David Tepper's hairs, right? Crosshairs. Because he
doesn't have hairs.
Right. Because he's been known to like I could imagine somebody get fired in that room that wanted CJ Stroud, right? I mean, he says he's patient, but there is nothing he's done with this organization that says I'm patient. Nothing.
Take a quick break. Back with more for this.
WQAM.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy, did you see the news yesterday?
What?
Dana White, it kind of slipped out. I don't think they've made an official announcement of this yet, but Dana White let it be known that the UFC's return to Miami is going to be next March with Sugar Sean O'Malley headlining against Chito Vera.
That's your boy.
He was not happy with me, Sean O'Malley. Ironically, this was kind of the debate that he got mad at, though.
Oh, Cheeto?
No, Cheeto and I are cool.
Oh, okay.
Cheeto's
No,
cool.
I mean,
I freaking love Chito Vera.
he's good people.
He's awesome. He's a real one. I like Chito Vera a lot. Chito Vera is so cool. Like one time, like you get in these interviews sometimes and their phone stinks. And it's like, they're done. Like one attempt. This dude called back one time on an interview like 6 times until he got it right.
Oh,
he's just good people. He's a cool dude.
Nice.
I don't know if he's gonna win because he's been fighting. He's a home run hitter. He goes in there, he tries
haymakers,
and sometimes it's successful.
Mm.
Sometimes it's successful. He's gonna head kick you to hell. And he beat Sean O'Malley. Now there was an injury back in the day. Like Sean was a little bit banged up, but that was Sean's first loss. And Sean, they don't like each other. There's a lot of beef here, and that is going to be the main event, UFC 299, which I believe is March 9th. But Dana let it slip yesterday. It's going to be in Miami. So it is making its return, Leroy. We are getting the UFC back, and we got ourselves a hell of a fight. I imagine this will mean that we will probably talk to both participants in the lead up to it, just like we did with the last card. And the last interaction that I had with Sean O'Malley, he called me fat and stupid.
Okay.
He called you fat and stupid.
Well,
a
twofer, because my producer tapped out, got a little froggy, and he decided, let me tag 2 of the fighters in this debate we were having. Now, the debate we were having at the time, I think, was like most popular current MMA fighters, and my co-host was arguing it was Sean O'Malley. It was non-McGregor fighters, and I said, no, it's Jorge Masvidal, which my entire point for it was, at the time, which was about a year ago, was that Sean O'Malley hadn't headlined anything yet. He had not headlined a pay-per-view yet. Can I see what he does as business, drawing as a main event yet? As Jorge Masvidal has been headlining monster pay-per-views, was their biggest pay-per-view star with McGregor on the sideline, and was the reason that the UFC even returned to Miami and sold out that building.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I had some good arguments.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley disagreed. And so on Twitter, if you could throw this up here, JFig, he decided that he said, who's the fat guy on the right? Jesus. Doesn't seem very smart.
So unnecessary. So unnecessary.
Which I was upset because I was like, hey.
He didn't listen to the argument.
I told my producer, hey, dum-dum. I said, why are you tagging him on that?
Look at the header, BT and Masvidal's pocket. That doesn't help either.
Well, for whatever reason, my producer hates Masvidal. I don't really understand it. He doesn't like Jorge Masvidal. He's like, oh, he's the lamest. I'm like, but you're a McGregor fan. Like, I don't like, what are you doing?
McGregor ain't won a fight in 6 years.
I don't really understand what you're doing there, but whatever. So, and obviously I'm going to be in the bag for the Miami guy. That's just how it is.
I mean, what you saying? It made sense.
It made sense. It made sense. Now, did I have to fluff it up a little and say, by the way, Sean O'Malley barely beat Petr Yan in the argument of this video? Yes, of course I did.
Oh, there we go. No, wait, Marcos. Now we're getting the whole story.
What?
You told the story. We like, oh, Tobes, I can't believe you're like, you didn't say you put cheese on it.
I like Sean O'Malley. I just
you didn't say you didn't, but you didn't tell us about the
It's
cheese.
a debate segment, and I got to make my points. And at the time, he had not won the title. His biggest fight was that he was fighting a bunch of like no names, other than his Chito Vera fight, which he lost, and then this Petr Yan fight at the time, which he barely won, maybe lost. So my whole point of it was he hasn't even headlined yet. He hadn't had any big fights at the time. He took exception to that. Now, this was after, by the way, I've interviewed him a few times. We've had him on this show a couple of times.
Yep.
A lovely person. Lovely person.
Yeah,
really? You going to go there after he basically said who's the fat guy who's not very smart?
Fighters are sensitive. Yeah. I don't take it personally. They're very sensitive creatures.
I'm going to go at him, dude. When he comes back, I'm going to go at him.
Oh, we're gonna show him this.
Yeah,
we're gonna show him this. But he is headlining. He's gonna headline against Cheeto coming up in
if he doubles down though, I don't know what to do.
What are we? I mean, what are we gonna do if he doubles down?
Really
nothing.
Nothing.
We're gonna do nothing.
Thank you, sir. I apologize.
Are we gonna pre-record this, or is he not a cusser?
I feel like he's a cusser. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably should pre-record it.
Because let me tell you, dude, there is nobody. Every time we do these live, there's two people making the sign of the cross. Me and whoever's producing.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie used to start sweating because Robbie would go, "Oh, he looks like a cusser." So I like, yeah, man, it just gets you real nervous because it becomes a point, and Tobin goes out of his way. This is what gets me. He goes out of his way to get them agitated to the point that they want to curse. Because you got DC to curse. You got DC to curse, and he's a professional.
Well, that was because the Saints. That wasn't my fault. I just had to bring it up. He loves the Saints, and that we were just out of the time where they got screwed against was it the Vikings?
The Vikings, yeah.
Yeah.
It was my bad.
But I like everybody.
Nice though. I'm happy that UFC didn't wait like years to come back.
No, I mean, listen, he said after that first, they did bigger numbers than MSG.
Yeah.
Like
they said that this was the new.
I know everybody's gonna be upset about that because I had a ton of people like the ticket prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
For this card. I know. They stuck us up the nosebleeds. And I was like, I remember like telling the media guy, I have a very good relationship with the UFC media department, like very, very tight with these people, like bromance hugs. Okay.
Oh,
and I'm like, hey, what's with this? Because we sold all the tickets, dude. I don't know what to tell you. The media table down on the floor was like this big.
Where did we go see where we were way up in the nosebleeds eating the good food?
That was UFC.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. We were way up there.
It wasn't bad because we had the sound on. We had we had
food right by us, food and drink, but you couldn't see.
Yeah, you couldn't see that.
Dark. It was like a movie theater.
It was you're way above. You're like, there is if people don't know this, there is a press box at the Heats Arena, which is above Uptown. It's that high.
We're above the lights.
You have to take two different elevators to get up there.
Jesus.
It's ridiculous.
So you're like pushing the Dan Marino jersey out of the way?
Pretty much.
We were higher than the jerseys.
Pretty much. And I'm telling you, dude, Marcos, it's never happened to me. Like when I go to UFC events, I don't mean to be like, but like,
hey, Marcos.
Yeah.
I don't mind not being the man. We get the good. Right?
Yeah. He like when I went to UFC Orlando, I was like, they put me ringside.
Oh, wow.
Cage side, baby.
A little bit of blood.
I watched Pavlovich kill Tai Tuivasa.
The last time we went, when it was at I think it was I don't know if it was boxing when it was in Sunrise at BB&T at the time.
Yeah, that we got ringside.
We were ringside when you got mad at me for chopping it up with some guy next to us. We were having some drinks.
You and Beast were throwing back the drinks.
Yeah, dude. What?
But anyway, the tickets they sold, like the gate was insane for that for Adesanya versus Pereira. I think it's gonna be bigger for this. This is a big grudge match. You're gonna have two guys who are gonna talk a whole lot of bleep to each other in the midst of it. I think they're gonna have some really good fighters on. The one thing I'll say about the UFC, they learned their lesson because they used to come here with some weak ass cards, and now they're coming correct. They're giving us the biggest stars. They're bringing us Stylebender, Masvidal, the last card. Now it's going to be O'Malley versus Cheeto, probably the biggest grudge match going right now for the championship. And then I'm sure they're going to load up the card with a bunch of great guys. Maybe our boy Gilbert Burns will be on that card.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I
was going to ask you if they released any other of the fight information, but you said they barely released this.
Well,
right?
we had our guy Bo Nickel on. I think Bo Nickel was the first guy to leak that it was going to be in Miami.
Oh,
And I was like, oh,
you think he's going to fight? That's upcoming.
He does some training down here.
Wow, that'd be nice.
That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Love to watch Bo Nickel win a fight in 15 seconds.
So good.
He's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't trust you though. You told me that last guy was Terminator and he got knocked out.
I know. But I told you that was a really tough pick.
With a name like Terminator, he got knocked out.
I can't.
Dude,
remember.
I could because I didn't that Aspinall. He ate two of those shots.
Right?
I was like, whoa.
I heard Aspinall's getting a little big for his bridges there, right? Do we put that in the intangibles term there too? I heard he's peacocking around trying to get a title shot and stuff like that.
Dade Sav says I had to fight Burns in UFC 5 and I felt bad about beating him. He's a very nice man. He's the nicest. He's the nicest dude.
He is the nicest. He's always smiling. No matter what question you ask him, but he's just a badass, right? Like he's so nice to be that brute, you know.
He's the nicest guy, and he'll choke you out.
Yeah. You think he's enjoying Hard Knocks?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask him.
Gotta ask him.
We'll have him on in the future. I'm sure. He's always willing to
friend
come
of the show.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. Cat talk things. Cats got screwed last night. We'll hear from Paul Maurice coming on up. baby. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM.
I'm just looking at them on TV.
Who? Klay Thompson?
Just trying to laugh
Smug?
it off. Just trying to laugh it off. We know the truth.
If you were him, though, wouldn't you laugh it off too? Like,
absolutely.
4 rings.
Kind of.
You know, he's
potential Hall of Famer.
Do you think he's gonna? Oh, you guys are gonna say because like even Barkley yesterday was calling them or he said they were cooked. He said the Warriors are cooked.
Yeah, even I listened to it. I'm like, ooh, a little harsh, guys.
He was like, dude, Chuck's doing this. Well, Chuck's never liked the Warriors. Remember, he was always like they're they're never gonna win like that. They're never gonna win being a jump shooting team. Like he was always on that bandwagon. So
that's
he's
the old basketball head saying, "Get off my lawn."
Pretty much.
And basketball has been changed forever.
No kidding. It really has. We'll get back into the Heat in just a bit because that was an awesome game last night. Bam was so good. Spo was pissed.
My boy's ready. See Leroy. He's loading it up.
Let's get to some cat talk. Brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers.
Y'all don't know nothing about this yet.
He's got that cosmic vibe right
that
there.
Fruit punch, baby.
Yes, sir. Cats lose last night in a shootout after a shootout they thought they won. So I don't know. I don't really understand what was going on there with the Panthers.
Absolutely ridiculous.
They walked off the ice. Everybody thought the game was over. Then the refs were like, nope, come on back.
The band was on the field.
And they decided we don't want Canada to go home upset tonight. So they lose. Let us hear from Paul Maurice, who has to be thinking to himself, we had this game last night, and in hand, game was all good to go. And all of a sudden, he was already pissed at the officials because he's like, oh, F off. Which is kind of how Paul Maurice, it's
so great.
This is how he goes about his business with this stuff. But Paul Maurice discussed the loss a little bit. Let's hear from the head coach of the Florida Panthers and see what he had to say.
Nights, I liked our game. The penalty kill was a weakness for us last year, something we had to fix. Our penalty kill was so good tonight, especially on back-to-back, because we're aggressive with it now, and you worry that on that second night that you'll be a half step off, right? So we had lots of opportunity to practice it tonight, and we were really, really good with it. I was happy with it. Goalie was real good, That's a tough thing. You come in back. Yeah, I was happy with our game.
What can you say of Anthony Stollers?
Yeah, it was great, right? He's a big man, and he got to the post a few times, or a few scrums. I thought made a couple of big seam saves. But I also didn't think it was a siege. I didn't think they were all over us. 5-on-5, I really, especially early in that game. I thought that game was a great hockey game. And then, what do we have, 9.5 minutes in penalties in the second period, and then 4,000 minutes in the third period, and nobody said a bad word to anybody on the ice. It wasn't that kind of game that anybody would have to worry that it would get a little bit ugly out there.
There you go, Paul Maurice. Tough one for the Cats last night, but they'll look to bounce back and get going. Back to our headlines, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know truck.
I like how your thing is shaking there, dude. Like, what do we got going on?
Went over some rocks.
Last night, episode of Hard Knocks. The story of the episode was Jaelan Phillips and his Achilles injury. Hard Knocks decided to approach this episode like, hey, why don't we make everybody cry? It was gut-wrenching because
really was.
We got to follow Jaelan Phillips the entire week. He was amazing, and he seems like a great guy with a great cat, and he was mauling everybody, and he's best friends with Bradley Chubb. You want to know who I really like looks like they're probably super fun, but also the most annoying to hang out with? Zach Sealer and Christian Wilkins.
Oh, yeah.
They're too big. They're too, like, when they were playing
They play too much.
Rocks, paper, scissors between those guys could turn into a fist fight. Like, it's just, it's too much, Leroy. Because
he demanded it was 2 out of 3.
He goes, no. Because Zach Sealer wins. He obviously, he goes, Rock crushes Christian Wilkins' scissors, and he got him. And Christian Wilkins wasn't having it. He goes, I demand 2 out of 3. And so, for all that fight, they go back to samesies. Christian Wilkins throws scissors again.
so funny.
And Zach Sealer knows his friend, and he goes, "Got you again, dummy."
Oh my god, that's my curse too. I always go rock, and I just don't want to switch it, man. You gotta stay consistent.
But you could just get blanketed, dude. Paper.
Do I care about winning, or do I care about loyalty?
I understand. I think you just like throwing rock because that's tough.
It is tough. That's
Rock
great.
is tough.
I would watch a show of just them.
Shmee the Schmolik says Von Ginkel definitely did a secret fist pump when he heard Phillips was out for the year. They went to Van Ginkel. At the end. It was like a party at Chubb's house.
Yeah,
But JP wasn't there.
so sad.
All of a sudden, I wondered to myself, do you think they invited him?
He just
Because all the other outside linebackers were there. I was just like, did they forget about him? Like, where did he go? I would have thought that like this is where, you're hanging with your boys, and Von Ginkel's there. Obviously all he's thinking about is his gorgeous hair and being menacing to quarterbacks.
Yeah,
because that's what Von Ginkel thinks about.
yeah.
But here was Jaelan Phillips on Hard Knocks. This was him at the end of the episode, taking it all in, and what he had to say about his injury.
I mean, I literally just was in my stance doing my get off like I've done 1,000 times. And when I was pushing off on the snap of the ball, it literally felt like someone stepped on my heel or like kicked me in the back of the leg. So I looked back and there was nobody there. So at that moment, I knew exactly what it was. It was just disbelief, man. Like I was feeling on top of the world. I was balling out. It's crazy too, because Mike came up to me before the game and, he said something along the lines of like, this is your opportunity to establish yourself as a star in this league, prime time, first Black Friday game, everybody in the world's watching. And just in general, these last couple of weeks, I've been feeling like I've had the most confidence I've had since I've been in the league, and I've been playing the best ball in my career. Back at UCLA, coming into my sophomore year, I ended up getting hit by a car, got 3 surgeries on my wrist, 3 bones removed out of my wrist. Basically when it happened, I told myself I have 2 decisions, or this could go one of 2 ways. Like I could feel bad for myself, or I could bootstrap up and really attack this from day one. So obviously that's the route I'm trying to choose. When I saw the clip after the game of my whole entire team surrounding me on the field, I mean, that means everything to me.
Oh.
My mom was crying on Dan Marino's shoulder. They were there for me, not just me, but my family as well. When this is all said and done, it's going to make me a stronger person because of it. And yeah, I'm just trying to keep that positive mindset and start to attack rehab. And yeah, it's going to be a long process, but I just know that, yeah, I'm a fighter. I'm going to keep fighting. So I'll be back soon.
Come on. Breaking my heart, JP.
Career year, dude. Career year.
Oh.
Career year.
I saw my mom crying on Dan Marino's shoulder.
Oh my God. And then Jaelan Phillips' dad is like, I'm right here. Just
No, I mean, think about that. Like his mom just gives his dad the forearm shimmy and goes in. Goes in. Dad, I don't know about. Oh, Dad.
Okay, it happened to me. He's gonna be okay. Yeah. Technology's come a long way, Mrs. Phillips.
Dan wasn't okay.
I mean, he didn't move the same. That's for sure.
Didn't I think I saw this in the chat earlier? Didn't Cam Wake have an Achilles injury?
He did.
Yeah, he came back pretty.
He's
good.
also a mutant.
That's true.
I mean, Jaelan Phillips looks like a mutant.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll come back. I mean, like it's terrifying. Like when he worked, like. Is he trying to practice with the least amount of clothes possible?
Okay, hold on. I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to say something. My fiance, you see Zach Sealer. He's in black sweats.
Yes,
he has a shirt underneath his
man's
jersey.
Man, but he's grizzled. He's got his football gear on.
You see Jaelan Phillips, and he's giving you full Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
And my fiance is like, "What's up with this guy?" And I was like, "You know what? Maybe you should do something else."
He is ultimate skies out, thighs out. Like he has this. He had the tiniest football gear on.
Yeah.
Very tight, very snug.
Whoa.
Lots of thigh.
That's how you dress when you don't get hit. No running backs don't wear that.
No, for sure. He does the hitting. So I mean, I'll tell you what. I had to
what is JFig in the okay, calm down, JFig.
Why was she watching the episode as well?
JFig was JFig approves of the
You know when JFig hit you with a good lord.
Apparently somebody forgot about Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, long gone, dude. Now it's
He's like,
Jaelan Phillips.
see ya, Gabe. Our new JP is the new one on the scene.
I wasn't ready for that, Jelly.
I mean,
He's been down here for 5 years.
I know,
dude, but like the
like,
HD and they got
never-
the cameras up close.
Wow.
It was a whole look. I'm
Man,
telling you.
I'm glad I got to see. It was my first time seeing a majority of that practice facility.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. Very
Top notch.
fancy. I bet they never run out of hot water.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. No, I doubt it.
Stephen Ross would not have it.
Yeah,
Never happened under his watch.
I mean, think about this. Think about how much money he has spent on the Dolphins out of his own pocket. I mean,
Crazy.
before all the crap that he built around the stadium or the field across the street, remember he put $500 million in the actual stadium.
Pretty wild. Anyway, that was Hard Knocks yesterday. Break your heart. Take a quick break. Back with more after this.
November.
time for South Florida Lexus dealers' 15 minutes of game day uncensored.
Let's go! Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
All right, welcome back. This is Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Leroy will be back. He's going to do his Cleveland thing. He's going to probably gloat in their face because of Michigan.
Yeah, which is a weird thing to be a part of. Cleveland professional sports, but be a Michigan collegiate.
He's had to deal with it the whole time. They love him. Those Cleveland Brown fans. They love the holy hell out of him, man. That is definitely been a thing with them for his football life. So Leroy will be back with us here in a bit. Miami Dolphins, they are back on the practice field today. Mike McDaniel and the boys getting ready for the Washington Commanders as they look to keep on going. The news today out of Dolphins land is that Jaelan Phillips officially had surgery. So he is on the mend now from this torn Achilles.
Sweet.
Which is you know, it was a tough watch yesterday on Hard Knocks for sure, but still love the. I mean, like I don't know how the fans are feeling, because I know there was some trepidation about this being a distraction. You know that I was for Hard Knocks. I told the Dolphins should have volunteered for Hard Knocks in the preseason.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's even in season, it's first of all way better in season.
Oh, for sure.
It's way better in season.
I'm glad we waited.
I am too because. Preseason, what was it? Oh, the stupid Aaron Rodgers show.
Oh, great.
Congratulations, your hopes were dashed like that.
Yep.
Now, Marcos. Now I know it's been 2 wins, 2 weeks, 2 wins. So
Yep.
I don't know what it's going to be like on a weekday lose. But like getting to recap the wins, but behind the scenes is so much fun. I am loving it.
How long does this last? Do you know? Like, does this take?
I
us
think
to
it goes the whole way.
You mean like playoffs and like?
I think so.
Oh my god!
I don't think that it ends.
I'm
I
not
think that
worried.
it just continues to go. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at most it goes to the end of the regular season for sure.
Yeah. But
But
it's still gonna be fun.
It's been awesome. So it's like you get this whole insight, and who doesn't love like when you get to see Mike McDaniel talk about how much he likes throwing to Tyreek Hill and the communication he has with Tyreek Hill, and how about him? Like, did you see like he told, hey, Tyreek Hill broke a tackle?
Oh yeah, you got your big boy pads.
That's your big boy pads on.
He said, I was just borrowing them from Waddle.
Yep.
Great, man. I love to see that everything that we've known as far as the camaraderie, them playing for each other, the respect they have for McDaniel, all that is on display on a national level now. So great, man.
Not
So
only
great to
that,
see.
but like the insight with him and Tua is cool too, because you could definitely see Tua is a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And when he messes up, it very much bothers him. And that balance that they have of like, hey, take it easy, baby. Go out there, you keep slinging it. Because he does not like, I mean, Mike McDaniel, I don't know what you would have to put up against it. Hey, Mike, what about kneeling to go into halftime?
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd have to put up for him to make that choice, but it would have to be something that would really have to shake him to his core. Because that man, he loves to sling it before the half.
Absolutely.
Loves to sling it before the half.
Absolutely.
There's nothing this guy loves more than a 2-for-1. He wants to sling it before the half, get to the other side of halftime and get that ball and score again. He delights in it. And I think this probably goes to his video gameness of like the way he goes about his business. But man, he does not like sit. He's like, oh, you just threw a pick six? He gets over here? Nope, slinging it again.
Yeah.
And then there was another pick. What do you know? And then the way he ran when Jaelan Phillips.
He forgot about the extra point?
Well, not Jaelan Phillips. When Javon Holland
yeah.
gets the pick six, and he is willy-nilly running. Completely forgot about the extra point.
Completely.
Had no inkling of the extra point. He goes, oh, yeah. And so he just watched it from the tunnel, which I didn't even know was legal.
Yeah, I thought you had to be on the sideline the whole time.
I thought he had to be there, too. And he's just like,
why aren't coaches lining up in different spots more often?
I don't know.
Can I go to the other sideline?
No.
Oh, what is Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too much cheating.
Can't do that.
Can't trust it.
Yeah, but maybe I need to watch a few more plays from behind the end zone.
Just get a different perspective.
Sometimes
well, he was over there by the heater where the dummy Jets fans were heckling him.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he had to give them the business.
And winning. He's the best, dude.
It was a ton of fun, man. I've been loving watching these. This has been a really, really fun thing.
I'd like to just say, you're welcome, Hard Knocks.
You are welcome, Hard Knocks.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be the case. No matter what time you picked us up, we knew this would be the case. We would easily make you the most interesting season already. I know people who haven't watched Hard Knocks in years that are saying that, this is obviously the best season. We have one of the most exciting offenses, and we barely even Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill had over 100 yards receiving this past game. I don't even think we talked about them for more than 30 seconds.
No, I mean it was a great week to see them. I mean this pace that Tyreek Hill's on is insane. I was yesterday. He was on CBS. I think it was Golazo. I think he was doing he was on some soccer show.
Oh,
and he was talking about. He's saying, "Oh, we're better than the team that won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs." And I immediately send this to every Chiefs fan that I know just to bother them.
Yeah.
And see, like they like to laugh it off, but I know it really bothers them because I know they miss that guy. Because when you have Valdez-Scantling dropping touchdowns to win games, and you see Tyreek Hill is on the pace to break the all-time record, yes, you have your Super Bowl, very cute. But every week you miss watching that guy play football.
Absolutely.
There's no way you don't. There's no way you don't. He is amazing. Every time he is streaking willy-nilly, and he's the fastest person in the world, faster than Usain Bolt. I don't care what Leroy says. This guy's going out there. He's streaking all over the place. And then if we're getting to a point, Marcos, where we're getting Waddle now to start revving it up too.
Yeah.
Because, it's been kind of an easy Waddle season thus far. We haven't that was a great game from him.
Yep.
If he starts cranking this up too, and now we're getting both of the sports cars out rolling on the same time, trouble, dude.
I think if I'm not mistaken, a preseason prediction by old Tobes over there was that Jalen Waddle was going to outproduce Tyreek Hill.
I don't remember saying that particularly. I don't think. I mean, you can find the clip if you want to, but I don't recall that ever being something that I said. I don't really remember that being a thing. But if it was, I mean, you got to take into account injuries. He did miss a game.
Oh, he did.
He did one game, and he was banged up. So. You gotta, it's gonna slow some things up. That's why you gotta have some guts when you make a prediction like that.
Facts have changed, man.
The facts have changed, and the facts are right now that Tyreek Hill is the greatest receiver I've ever seen in my life.
It's amazing.
And this pace that he's on is insane, and I cannot wait to watch football again. The thing is just feels like every week the Dolphin games have become events.
Yeah,
and there have been it's been weird adjusting to some of these times because it's been like, there's a 9 a.m. game and then there's a Black Friday game. It's like
3 p.m.
Just let me sit on my couch. And you know what's great this week, dude? No flag football to compete with.
Oh, really?
I can just sit down on my couch
Why
after.
Is that? Is it like a bye week or something?
Yeah, they stop after this is a smart move by them.
Yeah.
They stop. They did their fall season. Winter season picks up in January because no one's around for the holidays.
Yeah, that's fair.
No one's around for the holidays.
That's
so fair. Why try and it's like herding cats. Why are you going to try and find 8-7-year-olds to play a flag football game? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own plans. So no, we will reconvene in January for part 2 of the flag football season, which I think is just technically a new flag football season.
Okay.
Whatever. I already paid for it.
Okay. Well,
I'm in the bag already.
There you go. Well, that's good. You don't have to compete with anything.
It is cool though. I like it. They have like their own little uniforms. They get I tell you what, this NFL,
yeah,
man, they reach into your pockets because they're like, hey, do you want the accessories? Do you want the Seahawks headband?
Oh my!
Would you like some official Seahawks gloves?
You're in an official like NFL.
Oh, it's the official Tyreek Hill NFL league. Yeah, he is like the representative of the NFL. These NFL leagues are all over the place because they want people to play football, and everybody's not doing Pee Wee football anymore because people don't want these little kids to rattle their brains. So now they're doing flag football leagues.
I still want to do that though. My fiance is totally against the idea of him playing football.
What about a little flag ski?
Yeah, but I like to hit. We don't got a lot going on in this family, but we're big.
Dade Saff says they're going to schedule a game the same time as the Super Bowl. He's probably right about that.
No way, dude.
He's probably right. But the thing is like whatever happens, everybody here now knows. I even learned one of the coaches listens to the show.
Yeah.
We all now know we are here. We are watching Dolphins games on the side as watching our kids.
Yeah.
Because I walked out to the last game. The last game was the hell was it? Not the Jets game. It wasn't the Jets game.
Raiders
game.
Yeah.
And that was the last. There was a flag football game, and the guy sees my hand. He goes, I know you got a game in your hand right now. What's that score?
Okay. Exposing me in front of the other parents, dude. But look, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
He was-
How dare they schedule that?
He was happy to know. It was what the hell happened? I think that was right after the Julian Hill fumble, though. I was not happy at the time as I was walking up.
You're like that. Your son's team was up by 3 touchdowns. And you're on the sideline, like, damn it.
Stun Steve says no one competes against the Super Bowl. Well, the thing with the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl is like at 6, so they should be
Yeah.
fine.
I thought even Jaelan Phillips was confused by the start time of this game because, like, I think he was talking to Chubb, like, "What time do we play?" And then I think once he got the time, he's like, "Are we the only game? Why are we doing this so early?" And I was thinking, why did they do it?
Why did they do it so early?
So strange. It was the only game.
I don't know. Like, just why? Because I think they probably figure everybody's home. It's the day after Thanksgiving. You're probably if you're not shopping, you're hanging with your family. And listen, Amazon was going hard with trying to sell you stuff. They're like QR code for season tickets. What would you like?
Oh, I think if I'm not mistaken, they were doing the side. They were advertising their Cyber Monday. Like, oh, we got Cyber Monday coming up. Make sure you get all of our deals. You can get a fake beard like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Dude, I cannot stand that guy. They really need to get him off television. It's enough already with him.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sick of him. And I like the fact that Tua snubbed him too.
Snubbed him? I didn't see that.
Him. They were like, oh, Tua's coming up on set. Did he ever show up?
No, I didn't see him.
Didn't see him. Why do you think that is? He would have talked to Whitworth.
Whoa.
Would have talked to Sherman.
Yep.
He didn't want to talk to Fitzpatrick.
That's it, man.
Dude's a snake.
Okay.
What?
I just feel like he's just somewhere probably resting, being old.
He's a
And
snake, dude. I'm not gonna mince words when I say that dude is a snake.
I like it. Well, yeah. Can't move like a
He's
snake.
an interception throwing,
Mm.
been on every team,
Mm.
but never been in the playoffs. Snake. In the grass.
Oh.
Sat there, boo-hooed, made everybody mad at Tua for no reason.
Yep.
I'll never forgive him for it.
Isn't it great to see all of the adversaries of Tua's early career now just like falling by the wayside?
Yes.
Justin Herbert.
Yep. Mac
Brian
Jones.
Flores, Mac Jones.
All of them.
Everyone.
And he's sitting here on top,
Look at that.
excited for Christmas.
It's our boy.
I love.
Daddy loves you guys.
Daryl Bevel, come up with a better topic though for your QB room, huh?
Are you talking about the thankful thing?
All right, guys. It's Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What are we thankful for?
Yeah.
Tua, you first.
Real original.
Like what? Tua's just like one thing.
Yes.
He goes, "That's how it works, Tua."
Yeah, he did say though. in
And
20-something
Tua had
years.
regret because he didn't go family. He should've just, like, damn, I should have gone family.
True.
Then Mike White kissed everybody's ass. He goes,
Well,
I'm thankful for you guys.
Yeah, I bet you are backup QB. I bet you are.
Take a break. We'll get back into the Heat. Miami Heat yesterday. They fall short against the Milwaukee Bucks. I ain't sweating it. Back after this.
I never get lonely. I get.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Hey, fall sports season is here. So is our Dave & Buster's gift card giveaway. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's to watch it all. To enter, go online to the WQAM contest page, submit your entry, and if you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's in Hollywood with your gift card. Spend the day watching your favorite teams on us. Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Tobin and
How are you?
Marcos. Doing well, guys. Doing well.
We typically do rats off a ship this time of day, but we will do that next hour when Leroy is back.
Yes.
So we cannot do rats without Leroy.
Determine where our rats lie.
We cannot.
Correct.
That is not how it works. How did you feel yesterday, JFig? Were you happy with the Heat performance? Were you pissed about that loss? Are you bummed being out of the in-season tournament?
Don't really care about the in-season tournament. The whole loss situation, I don't know. Let's just keep rolling with it. The whole loss situation, at least we didn't lose by that much points. So it wasn't a total bust. It was a good game. And what really bothered me the most was the Panthers game, though.
Oh, that was very annoying. Yeah, that was
very annoying.
Oh.
Especially because I was watching it somewhere else aside from our house. And when the game ends, I'm like, perfect, we won. Leave my house. Leave to go home. We lost. What
Wait, you walked out.
I walked out thinking we won.
Thought they won. Come back. Wait, what happened?
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's strange.
Wow.
That's strange.
That's
That's like when you
awful.
go to sleep.
How does
thinking
that happen?
Yeah, have you ever gone to sleep with a very commanding lead? You wake up the next day and it's just over?
Absolutely.
I'll never forget one day, my wife and I went to Heat Jazz, smoking them.
Yeah.
Hey, hon, let's get out of here. Let's go enjoy the rest of our night. We're driving home. Obviously, we live very far away, as you guys know.
Yep.
At the time, we actually didn't even live as far away. We lived in Delray at the time, little apartment.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
2 kids, 2 crazy kids.
Oh.
And I just continue to listen as Paul Millsap
Oh no.
is sinking the Miami Heat, and Mike Inglis is on the call.
Yeah.
And you know when you blow a lead with
Mike.
Mike Inglis, he's gonna let you hear about it, dude.
Yeah. Kind of like that about him.
It was a rough one, and the Jazz end up winning that game. It was a brutal one.
So wait, hold on. You left a game that you were leading.
Yeah, just
tremendously.
they were smoking them, dude.
Which is understandable.
They're
of course.
smoking them, just like you know.
But you're still listening to the game on the way?
Yeah, because I'm a sicko. I don't know what to tell you.
No, for sure. That's
You
the
know,
only
that's-
answer there.
I don't
That's
really
the
have
only
to get in. They were. I
We
was
know
like, oh
that.
yeah. We had a good time, and we got there early. Obviously, we went to Bayside, which
nice.
that place sucks.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
went to Bayside. Although they do have a pretty good pizza place that I like hitting there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, what's it called? Ben's.
Is
Very
that new?
thin pizza.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if it's new.
I know a lot of those places were shutting down.
I know they're trying to revamp it, and I'm gonna tell you something. That Bayside sucks.
Oh, okay.
And I don't care what they're putting there. It's still gonna be nothing but hat shops and a guy with a parrot, and that's all it's gonna be.
Stop.
Take a picture with the parrot.
That's all the Bayside's gonna be.
Oh, it's
Place
tradition.
sucks. It's
Yeah.
the biggest tourist trap we have down here.
Yep.
I can't believe people still try and make it a thing, but they do. But yeah, I remember us going to Bayside, had a whole day there, kicking ass. Hey, let's beat the traffic. It's a long drive home.
Yeah.
Listen to Mike Inglis. Wife falls asleep even in the car.
Oh, okay.
And waits because did I just hear that they lost? How did they lose that game?
Okay.
And I just go, Millsap! Millsap is why we lost.
Jeez. Yeah, that's rough, dude. That's rough. Yesterday gave, like you mentioned earlier, feelings of the Ohio State, Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Luckily, this isn't like something, hopefully, that doesn't have major implications, but
No, I just hate losing to that stupid Toronto Maple Leafs team because they're very
Right.
cocky. I hate their fan base. So whatever, dude. But anyway, as far as the Heat's concerned yesterday, very, very entertaining game.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo. I mean, this dude was so good yesterday. When he had the rebound, gets down court, has that step back shot right in Bobby Portis's face, and then hits him with a hey, nice try.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this guy's turning into an assassin.
He's developing.
I really, really love everything that he's bringing
still
to the table.
getting better. Dude.
You know what I love though? There was a point where him and Giannis are like bouncing back and forth with each other. Great defense. Guys are getting balls to the wall effort. Then there were back-to-back possessions where Bam Adebayo gets cooked by Cam Payne, and then Duncan Robinson cooks Giannis. And you're just like, these guys just needed a rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were just going at it. They were so tenacious with each other.
Yeah.
They're like, they're like tying up like a couple of rams, just like really getting after it. And they probably think to himself, Cam Payne, what's he gonna do? Hit a little stupid three?
Yep.
Blew right by Bam, and then the next possession, Duncan Robinson, right by Giannis. And they're just like, all right, that was stupid. that was just this
just happened.
This didn't make any sense. And then the next possession, I think it was Chris Middleton then goes up against Bam, swats it, and then he gets the ball back for three, air ball, and mother bleeping Giannis. They can't get the offensive rebound. Giannis gets fouled. They had like a handful of those in that fourth quarter, dude. I was, they were crushers.
Backbreaking.
Crushers, dude.
Yeah, I even saw that JFig sent a text like Spo was gonna fight the refs.
Oh, he was. Could you give me Spo again after the game? This was Spo. For those who haven't heard it, this guy's a master.
Yeah.
He's not going to get fined when it comes to the officiating, and he's not going to be lured. And he doesn't get teed up a lot. He's gotten teed up for like stepping on the court. He's a big offender of that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He'll run out onto the court for a timeout.
Yep.
But for arguing, not really. And I think he's only got one ejection in his career. If he has another one, and I think it was like at the end of a double overtime against the Clippers, like back in the big 3 days. If he has another one, shoot me the message. I don't remember it, but I think that's the only one he has in his career. So he gets teed up because the referees decide, you know what? This great game that we're having, we haven't gotten enough attention. Let's call a foul on Josh Richardson because, of course, it's going to be on Josh Richardson.
Of course.
Even though he was awesome yesterday, and I apologize. But it just happens to always be him late. I don't understand. If there's going to be an infraction late, like it's going to be against Josh Richardson. He played awesome yesterday. I just want to be clear about that.
That's we're going to move on from him, huh?
I am going to move on, JFig. That's a great point. I'm going to move on. And he was awesome yesterday and has been awesome. And I apologize for what I said about him the other day.
I'm just glad he stayed in bounds.
But like it was nice that the infraction actually happened in bounds, but it just always happens to be him at the end of the game. Anyway, I want to move on. Erik Spoelstra was not happy about this foul getting called. Here he was after the game.
Yeah, I mean, probably the only real possessions, 3 possessions that I think we could have, 2 we could have done a better job, and 1 they could have just let play on. But the offensive rebound, obviously, but it felt like we had it. Jay Rich had like kind of rolled his ankle at the beginning of that possession, and so they end up getting an offensive rebound, and then of course it ends up in Lillard's hands. The baseline out of bounds, I think we ended up like switching it, and Middleton hit a incredibly difficult shot. But I think if we were body on body, we could have defended that better. And then I think the entire building and whoever was probably watching on TV probably just would have wanted to see what would happen without that 90-foot foul call on Lillard, and then the subsequent technical on the head coach. Basically to seal the game. I think, look, Lillard is good enough. He very likely could have created something going down the other end. I just think we all wanted to see see if what would have happened. But that kind of just, took the air. I think it was a minute left. It was a 2-point game at that point. And that pretty much just sealed the game from there.
Yeah, sealed the game from there. Lowry ended up getting a bucket that he got to within 3, but then next trip down, it was like 30-something seconds left. Brooke Lopez, they created an Brooke Lopez ended up getting a wide open dunk, and that was all she wrote.
Can I tell you something about Brooke Lopez?
Ugly, right?
Stupid, ugly ostrich Brooke Lopez. You can't get more than 5.5 rebounds, dude. You can't get more than 5.5 rebounds.
He plays out in the fringe now, man. Did you know his brother was on the Bucks now too?
No,
he switched jerseys with Bernie yesterday because it's a thing. He fights mascots.
Oh, that's right.
Which I gotta say with the Bucks,
yeah,
a lot of nepotism, huh?
Right.
Like a lot of you got the Antetokounmpo family tree now. All the Lopezes, you don't see the Heat with Cody Martin.
That's true.
You don't see us with Cody Martin.
That is true.
Now, did you see who was at the game yesterday?
No, who was at the game yesterday?
JFig, can you, from courtesy of our friend Wes Goldberg, can you
Ooh.
reveal yesterday who
Of
was at the game?
course.
'Cause-
Come on now.
Oh,
My little Gogi. Who's he hugging there? Can you?
I think that's Low Dog.
Yeah, I thought that was loud.
I think he's hugging Kyle Lowry. I think.
Wow, I didn't realize they were close like that.
Well, Kyle claims that he asked for permission to wear number 7 when he came here, which
Oh,
I wish Goran denied. But even though I love Kyle, I do. But I think number 7 should be in the rafters for Dragic.
Yeah.
Why can't we bring him in? I mean,
Why
like, let's
can't
just,
we, dude?
you know, Drew Smith got hurt.
Yep.
Why can't we have Goran Dragic here, dude? Can I just ask a question?
Yep.
And if anybody has an answer, you can 305-567-0560. But here's my question about signing Goran Dragic. What's the harm? What's the harm? What's the harm? Why can't we have Gogi on this team? First of all, wouldn't it be great to have a nice little mentor for Nikola Jovic?
Yeah.
You know, he won't let him get tricked by foreign media. You know, we've already found that to be an issue because Jovic told you, I didn't say those things. That was Serbian media running wild. Well, now Goran Dragic can be a blockade and be like, you don't talk to them, buddy.
Yeah.
No, you don't talk. And also,
You can be honest, but a specific way of
right.
honest.
But also, I want him. Like, let's just get him on the team. I'm tired of him having to sit out here, and you keep bringing him to Heat games, and he's like a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Can he do me a favor, Miami Heat? Okay, because you listen to me every now and then. Bring back Goran Dragic. I don't know if that has to be as a player or an advisor. I don't know if he's officially retired, but I want him. And Josh, who says, I never understood the Gogi love. That's probably just because you have a black heart and you don't understand love. Wow. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe that's what that is. But you don't understand that he's arguably the greatest point guard in franchise history. I don't like, what are we doing here? This guy was the leading scorer on a finals team. And did you not see when he cried because his foot exploded in the final? I just want him back. And if we're not going to have him back, they also just need to take my suggestion of why do we not have, we have all these NBA podcasts that are out there, Playoff P podcast.
Oh, yeah.
JJ Redick. It's enough of JJ Redick.
Oh, my God.
Just enough
You
of
know
him
whose
already.
podcast I've had enough of? Pat Beverly.
Oh, Pat Beverly.
Pat Bev.
But you cannot tell me the greatest NBA podcast, which would put them all out of business. I'm telling you right now.
Yep.
Udonis Haslem, Goran Dragic together.
The Culture Cast.
As a podcast
Damn.
would be the greatest NBA podcast of all time.
Wow.
First of all, think of all the famous friends they have.
Yep.
Second of all, imagine UD with his raw, unfiltered thoughts and Goran Dragic with his raw, unfiltered thoughts, but with a great Slovenian accent. Wow. Tell me that wouldn't be the greatest podcast of all time. So,
You'd sniff that right
Heat,
up.
dear Miami Heat, I would like one of the following.
Okay.
One, please bring back Goran Dragic. I want him on the team.
Yep.
If not, see other option. Franchise position. Can he be maybe the Euro version of Udonis Haslem, vice president
A
of
European ambassador.
European or international development and players? The international wing for the Miami Heat, run by who? Goran Dragic. And if that is also not acceptable for you, I will take a third term, which will be Udonis Haslem, Goran Dragic podcast, please.
Solid.
All very good.
Co-hosts.
I like that.
We'll take
All
a quick
good
break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
How did that go for you in Cleveland? I'm sure you got to rub that in a little bit.
Yeah, they're just angry.
Angry
about the
or
Browns.
angry at you for rubbing it in their face.
No. They're angry because, before every game, Ohio State, they do the Soul Train line, and they all do their little thing before the line or whatever. And one of them was like, this is why Michigan wins every year, because look at what they're doing before the game. I'm like, really? I'm like, that's terrible. Okay, so you telling me if they wouldn't have danced that they would have won?
Maybe.
So they're blaming swag penalties?
Not even swinging. This is way before the game, like in pregame. Yeah.
Pregame swag.
Yeah. I'm like, I say, well, they do that before every game, right? And they were 11-0, right? So
gotta switch it up for your rivals.
Why didn't it matter then?
Was this from the documentary guy? What is he the one with that take?
I don't know. It's just I just love hearing some of the reasons why people say teams are better. And I'm like, hey man, Michigan is better. They know who they are, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to win. Right? Ohio State can only win a certain way. I said, plus, keep in mind, you stop winning when you stop having a quarterback that could also run. Those off-schedule plays was kicking Michigan's butt. And now you got two quarterbacks in the last couple of years that's been sitting back there. And CJ Stroud and McCord just sitting there in the pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Getting some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. Them roads are much better now.
Got a piece of news here from Adam Schefter.
Oh, my colleague. It's my boy.
By the way, I just realized, were you upset at Brooke Lopez not getting enough rebounds because you bet on him last night?
Okay, look, let me tell you. Like, I have something. You have to get the Schefter, so I want you to get the Schefter. But I have to admit something I'm disgusted by, and regarding my gambling yesterday. First of all, I mean, you're 7 feet. You can't get 5.5 rebounds. I mean, it's come on, dude. The problem is they don't let me bet all on one team, or else I would have put all 5 on that bad boy. But let me tell you, I had one of the experiences that JFig had, where she left thinking the Panthers had won, and then come to find out later that that wasn't the case. So yesterday, I have my new addiction. I put in some picks, right? These were my selections. Bam Adebayo, higher than 22.5 points.
Okay.
Easy. Yeah, 31 points. Duncan Robinson. This is where I did a little something different, right? I know that he was coming back off of a hand injury, was it? Thumb injury, right? And I knew that with Jimmy Butler out and the way that he's been performing recently, that they're going to be keying in on him because they know that Dunkyard Dog is the key to victory, right? So he was set at 16.5. I went under. I was like, he's going to go under. And he did. He had 13 points, right? Then we had Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry sometimes decides, I'm going to play. And it usually is when Jimmy Butler's out. So he was set.
Usually is. Like, he decides, I have permission to go play now.
You guys need me this game? All right, cool. I'll play. It was 10.5. I thought that was easy.
Right.
So he went over 16. So now 3 out of 5 legs of my parlay. Looking good. We got Haywood Highsmith. He's not doing anything all game. I'm like, Haywood, can you get a minute, dude? Just one steal is all I needed. I found out he was sad. He was ruled out for the game, right? So they give you a push on that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm almost disgusted saying what I'm about to say. There was one more game left on this slate, right? Sacramento Golden State.
You bet the Clay under.
A certain player had 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I had to bet the over on that. I mean, and I'm going to tell you why. Klay Thompson, the whole season, has been horrible. And I was like, this is the game that he's going to go over.
You bet the over on Klay Thompson?
On Klay. You're banned.
What is wrong with you?
Wait a minute. You've been talking about how bad Klay has been for the last 2 years. And now all of a sudden you bet him to go over after what you said?
Someone take his phone away.
Yes.
I'm disgusted in myself, Leroy. I have a problem. I also have $100 because he hit that, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. Clay Thompson.
Hey,
What?
Wait, so you are
Yeah.
You bet
Yeah.
a guy you despise.
Yep.
The guy you say is terrible.
Yeah.
You bet him to go over.
That's what they look. That's what you get at me for. You say I only bet Petty.
Yep.
He went the opposite way. He went with the facts.
You have never gone the opposite way, Toad.
I would never.
Never.
Do that.
Right.
Never.
By the way,
That's why I'm not a
sorry.
good gambler.
I'm sorry. Hello, Jennifer.
I
I
was
didn't
waiting
get a
for that.
chance.
Hello.
I didn't get a
I
chance to say hello because of the knuckleheads.
Knuckleheads.
I would never do that. I get into arguments with this all the time on the betting show. I'm like, they go heart insurance. I'm like, I don't do heart insurance. I will bet with my team, for my team, and to root with my team. That's just how, because that's how I want to win money. I don't want to.
You know what I do?
Hmm?
I won't bet those games.
No, you have no action.
If you notice, I very rarely pick Cleveland,
Mhm.
right? Very rarely pick Minnesota, right? And I will never, ever, ever pick the Dolphins.
Oh, for money. You've been betting them a lot for the Leroy picks.
Yeah. Well, the last week for the Browns, I have, but not Minnesota. Minnesota because they were the only ones left.
Minnesota.
Oof. Oh my goodness. Can I just tell you? They should send me a refund on the Sunday ticket. Even though that game wasn't a Sunday ticket game.
Oh, I got you.
If you put that game on major television, somebody who paid for football need to get a refund.
It was really bad. Really, really bad.
I feel so much better now. That I got it
Anyway,
off my chest.
back to the Schefter news.
Oh, yes.
Aaron Rodgers, according to Robert Saleh, has been cleared for, quote, functional football activity. They have opened the 21-day practice window for Aaron Rodgers to return to play. Schefter says it's the next step in his rehab. The window could just as easily close without him returning to play.
Wow.
He needs to continue to feel better and the Jets to win. That's a big if.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's what I would say.
Recovery continues.
You heard it here first. Aaron Rodgers is not going to play a down of football this year.
I agree with that.
He shouldn't, to be real.
I mean, have you seen the quarterbacks go behind that offensive line? No.
No, because they're all dead now.
Oof.
Oh, boy. There's two things. I hate to say it, but Joe Flacco may very well be the starter for the Cleveland Browns in the near future.
Oh, my God.
That's what I said. Everybody thinks that's a good alternative. Joe Flacco?
Joe
And then
Flacco
they said, let's trade and get Kirk Cousins.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, nobody in the NFL likes Kirk Cousins for reasons
talking
I can't explain.
They're already talking about next year's
Yeah, I
quarterback.
was going to say, are they talking about like for the future?
Yeah.
Wow.
What the hell's going on? Man?
Because here's the deal. Because one of the worst things a fan base can have is impatience. Right? And if you notice, the teams that are up and down and bad are like David Tepper.
Yeah.
As much as he says he's a patient guy, there ain't a damn action he has taken that says I'm patient. So you get in that mold and you just think you can just go find listen, sometimes you're not going to find the best at every position. Sometimes you have to get good enough and then hope the rest of the team around him will rally. For example, look at that defense. That defense is unbelievable. Look at your run game. And every NFL guy will tell you this. He'll say these words to you. If you can run the ball and play defense, you can win anywhere on planet Earth. Unless you have a coach that decides he don't want to run it no more. He wants to throw it with a quarterback in his third start.
Good luck, dude. I got Tua. He's good.
He is good. But Joe Flacco, the last game that he played was his kids were rooting against him.
That's true.
We're wearing Tyreek Hill clothes.
I really feel like this Deshaun Watson thing is comparable, possibly even worse, to the Rudy Gobert trade that landed him in Minnesota. It was
Yeah,
so
but they're
much.
good. They're good though.
They are good.
Yeah,
But-
that's true.
I mean, it may be good in spite of him, but at least
Yeah.
they're not. At least they're not like sitting
Right.
here.
I
you
just
know.
I just think Deshaun Watson hasn't played a string of games where you could even evaluate him, right? He came back rusty. He played 6 games last year. He looked terrible. He came back early this year. He got hurt. He came back, had a couple of good games, got hurt again, right? You just and I don't know if you call it, if we're going to start marking him as injury prone or whatever, but he hasn't been able to get consistent play. And I don't care who you are at that position. The one thing you need is a little bit of continuity so you can grow, so you can figure things out. He hasn't gotten that. And so everybody thinks, oh, he's not the same Deshaun, but there's levels to that. Why isn't he? Right? It's not because all of a sudden he sucks. It's because when you take a year and a half off and then come back and they don't have a down the field threat like he had in Houston, football's different.
Look, the Dolphin fan, it's funny, man. Like all the debate we did over Tua is so hilarious because this guy Tua is so good. His numbers are good. Yeah. Is he throwing, annoying interceptions every now and then? Cool. But that guy can get your football field down, your team down the field. He can put up points. And you've been in the spot. The Dolphin fan has been in the spot with a quarterback you have no faith in. You've been in the spot with the high-priced guy who didn't work out. You've been in the spot where you have to start a third-string guy. You're scrounging for quarterbacks. You're chanting for Kyle Orton. You've been in that spot. It's awful.
Remember that? Remember they wanted to trade for Kyle Orton?
Sure do.
Oh, my goodness. And you ended up with – is that when you ended up with Jay Cutler?
What a run.
That year?
I don't think that's the same year.
Okay. But, yeah.
I think they were booing Tannehill at a scrimmage and chanting for Kyle Orton, if I recall.
But think about that. I get fans want to win and whatever, but I always tell people this when they go, that quarterback ain't gonna work or he's not good enough. What's your alternative? What is your alternative? Okay. Because in order to say this guy isn't gonna work and we need a new guy, you need to first establish what the new guy is. And if your answer is I don't care, just anybody else, I will not have another word to say to you.
Apologize. It was Chad Henne who was the quarterback at the time.
Chad Henne. Okay.
Kyle Orton.
So
that's a little more reasonable. That's a little bit more understandable.
So man. But around here, the one thing that I would say in the last, even with Brian Flores, right? The one thing that this organization started building back then was a little bit of continuity. Mike McDaniel has come in with Vic Fangio and the guys that he's brought in, and now you don't think about this team about what we're going to do next week or next year. You're thinking how long are we going to be able to keep this group together, which has been
it's such a better place to be.
Right, exactly.
Thinking about whether you can afford Christian Wilkins and Austin Jackson and all these guys is a great place to be in. You'll figure it out. Like, who cares right now? Just enjoy this ride.
Instead of being on the other side of that and say, how the hell are we going to get rid of all this money?
Take a quick break.
Here you go. Here's what the last conversations I've had with Dolphins fans before Brian Flores got here. What's his hit against the cap if we just let him go?
Take a quick break. Time to get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a sheep is next.
Rats off a ship.
Welcome back. I don't know why JFig's mad at me.
Nah, what'd you do?
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
You know what you did.
Dude, I didn't do anything. What did I do?
You know exactly what you did.
I don't
The
know.
worst part is that you provided an image.
I think she wants to get to today's episode of Rats Off a Ship.
Whoa! Let's do it.
What do we have today, Jennifer?
My hatred towards you right now.
Oh,
wow.
That's off ship on that one.
Rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
A wolf spider.
Oh, wait. What?
What?
A wolf spider
I gotta see
lays
their pants.
eggs inside Brit's toes. I don't even want to read this. I want to throw up.
Whose toes?
And I don't want to even see this picture. Let me just show you a visual. Actually, it doesn't even want to download. That's how disgusting this is.
Don't worry, I can get it.
Oh, wait. So a wolf spider lays eggs where?
Oh my
Well,
god.
it laid eggs in a British man's, I believe, feet. And it turned purple because the wolf spider is going to lay some eggs.
So let me ask you a question.
Yep.
What are you doing that you don't realize something is laying eggs on your feet?
I don't know, dude.
Grow up.
There's a picture. Did they have to cut the foot off?
It's
I don't
like
think
it keeps deleting off my computer for some reason.
Maybe it's for the best. Maybe YouTube doesn't
I'm not
want it.
even kidding. It's really happening, but what a shame.
What is okay? How?
I'm gonna throw up.
I need to know the origin of the wolf spider. Who was it? A mama wolf or a daddy wolf and a mama spider and a daddy spider, and then a stork brought this abomination.
Oh my god!
God,
that thing is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
A wolf spider, dude. I'm rats off a ship on a wolf spider.
It's got
Get off the screen!
He's got a beard.
He's got a beard.
Yeah, that wolf spider will lay eggs in you.
You know what he looks like? He's like, I'm about that work, boss. Look
He's
at
got
him.
nostrils. He looks a little bit like a gorilla.
That wolf spider is terrifying.
This is terrifying.
Yeah, if that laid eggs in you, you're done.
When it gets off
Wait, can I ask you a question? That doesn't look like a small spider.
It doesn't look like a small
But
spider.
what was this guy doing that he didn't realize that was on his feet?
Size of a wolf spider. Maybe he lost feeling.
According to the BBC, a Cram Liggington man claims spider laid eggs in his toe.
In his toe.
He was celebrating his wedding anniversary in France when his toe turned purple overnight. He was traveling on a cruise, visited the ship's doctor, was told the swelling was because of a wolf spider.
Let me tell you that marriage is doomed.
Yeah, for sure.
I do have a picture of the toe. Do you guys want a picture of the toe?
Oh, show me the toe.
Send it in a different chat that I am not involved in, please. I beg
You started us down this
Show
path.
me the toe. Show me the toe.
Man, hold on.
That's rough, dude.
I got to turn this
Those
around.
spider bites are really, really something. I actually
Yeah.
know someone whose leg was swollen for like 1.5 years because of a spider bite.
Yeah, my father was bitten by one.
He got bitten by everything in the animal kingdom.
Yeah. Only thing is, JFig's dad bit back.
What?
Oh my God.
It looks like a hot dog with mustard.
What is
Looks like
this?
it's wrapped in bacon.
Yes.
There's quite a bit of yellow on that.
Wait, but I'm like,
Dude.
you know if something bit you on the toe, right?
Look, my toe gonna be my wolf spider, love.
Yeah, I'll say. Did he turn into a werewolf spider after this? Because that is a huge.
I'm sweating. I am disturbed.
I'm rats off a ship on the wolf spider.
I'm
Gonna
rats
be any more rats off ship.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a clean.
Unless
Rats off a ship.
unless the spider hangs out in the water, then we got to reevaluate.
Then I'm never going in the water. Ever.
Well, I don't have that problem. So
Date South says that spider would pass on Leroy's foot.
really, wow, wow.
'Cause after his toe began to look infected, medical staff cut it open with a scalpel, and milk-like pus came out.
Ugh.
Mr. Blake claims the spider eggs were seen in the liquid. He was treated back in the UK with antibiotics to reduce the swelling. He's set to make a full recovery. But an expert has disputed Mr. Blake's claim that a spider could have laid eggs in a human foot. Dr. Sarah Goodacre of the University of Nottingham.
Oh, yeah.
She said, I can't possibly see how this could be true, love. Right. I know their biology. It takes quite a while to spin, and spider venom is not necrotistin, so it could be designed to paralyze a fruit fly, but not a human, love.
Okay. That's what the doctor said. I don't think the doctor sounded like that.
I'm just saying, think about it. If something like that were to go down your leg and get on your foot, you notice it.
She says there's no European wolf spider that could penetrate the skin.
I would sense
implausible.
when there's one in the room.
This guy's a liar.
Whoa!
You're a liar, Cram.
I had questions. Questions.
By the way, his name being Colin Blake, could it be any more British?
Oh, then come on, dude.
Hello, I'm Colin Blake. I got a spotter here in my toe.
Also, 2 first names. Can't trust them.
Can't trust them, dude. Exactly. Anyway, rats off.
Kind of like Brendan Tobin, who decided that it was okay to send that to me.
Schmeeth and Schmoley says that toe still looks better than Mac Jones.
It's true. Oh my God, that is terrible.
God, that was terrible.
Woof. All right. Don't do that again, JFig.
Yeah, JFig, grow
Can
up.
someone delete that from my
The
little
wolf
stack,
spider?
please?
Wolf spider thing?
What do you mean?
Yes, I don't want to see it.
What,
Okay.
this? You talking about this?
Look at that.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to confirm.
What else
like
we
one
got
of the
today?
creatures on Star Wars.
Yeah. What else we got today, JFig?
Trauma.
Chris Russo. Yes, trauma. Chris Russo, Dowdy, Tyreek Hill.
Mad Dog?
Cheetah. Yes, Cheetah says, take that. This
Oh.
Phins team is better than the Chiefs.
Oh. All right. He said that directly to Mad Dog?
No, it was just, yeah. Everybody been chewing him up, but I get what he was saying. And why wouldn't he feel that way?
Why can't he feel that way?
Right.
I agree with him.
I don't understand what the big problem is. Why can't he feel that way? I'm rats off a ship on Chris Russo doubting him. And by the way, not even the best Mad Dog in radio history. That's Jim Mad Dog Mandich.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So kick the sharpest of rocks, Chris Russo, even though we love the fact that you gave us the segment.
Oh, Drew, thank you for everything.
And he follows me on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll go kick
We'll go kick Rags. Go kick Rags. I'm rats off a ship because you want your team
Rats off a ship.
You want your team to believe they can win, right? Like if Tyreek Hill as a leader on the team is going, I hope so, maybe everything's got to go our way, then no, you don't want to hear that crap. You want him to be confident. You want him to be confident in what he's doing. Put more pressure on him to go out and do work.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. JFig, where are your rats?
I'm rats off a ship, but then again, I don't want to be in the water now that I'm thinking of possible spiders being in the water.
Rats off a ship.
Just rats off a ship this entire segment. I'm over it. I'm itchy.
You giving you the itches?
I'm very itchy, yes.
Wait, I'm more than sure that the wolf spider doesn't howl at the moon, you jackass.
It does.
Yeah, you jackass.
Oh,
he's got the little wolf walking up JFig going,
Don't you dare say that. Don't put me in that sentence.
What's that? Is it
Irish? And it's Irish. An Irish wolf spider.
That's what happens when the wolf spider hits an Irish person. They're like,
Never going there. Disturbs.
Where are your rats with Mad Dog Russo, Marcos?
Rats off a ship are way better than the Chiefs.
Rats off a ship.
Way better.
What else we got, JFig?
Jason Kidd, mad at media for not writing positive stuff about the Mavs.
We have some sound here. He went off on ESPN's Tim McMahon, who was asking about the duo of Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. The Mavericks off to a great start this season. They are 11-6, and Jason Kidd doesn't feel like the coverage has been as equal from when people were doubting them to how they are now.
I think maybe, Tim, maybe it's the things that you guys thought should have happened day one, is that they should be successful right off the bat. And it takes time. Failing is all right. It's not a bad thing to fail. for a pro athlete, because you can get better and learn from it. And those two are the best in the world, and we feel very comfortable with those two having the ball. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't, but we learn from it, and I think they've answered that question from day one. As you just mentioned, they're one of the best, if not the best, in clutch time. But that was a big thing you guys wanted to make a big deal about last year. But you're not making a big deal about it this year because it's going good, right? So write some positive
I just asked you a question.
and I'm giving you a answer. You guys, there's all right to write positive stuff. People will read your positive. You don't always have to be negative, right? Like it's just the world's already negative enough, right? So let's see some positive stuff on some positive people that are doing their job on a nightly basis.
Making it a lot easier to do that this year.
Oh, sass.
We're only into this year. We can't go back to last year, right? Like that's the problem.
Jeez.
Wow. By the way, he's 100% correct, because part of the reason why fans sometimes don't look at big picture, and they don't do it down here, right? Because the Heat have always kind of been that, hey, it's going to take time and whatever, and they've proven it.
Mm-hmm.
But part of the problem is that the 5 seconds that things don't go well, all the articles come out, right? And then when it gets turned around, they feel it's almost that's not more exciting than the crash. So yeah, I get what he's saying. Like, guess what? Think about this. And this is incredible. I haven't seen one story about Kyrie Irving all year.
Me neither.
Which is, for Kyrie, a good thing.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I get what Jason Kidd is saying. Now that he's found a way to work with Luka and they're working some stuff out and they're figuring it out. The same thing with Dame and Giannis, right? But see, everybody likes Dame and Giannis, so you ain't gonna never get the negative stories with them.
No.
Kyrie, he's
Even
got
though
a
they're not,
lightning rod.
even though they're not going to work out.
But yeah, so I get what Jason Kidd is saying. Like, I don't like, it's one thing to say something negative about somebody, but then when you do, you make sure when this looks better or it's turned around, right?
I believe the kids call that keep that same energy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what he was saying. He's like, yo, Tim, you had all the negative stories at the end of last year, and now this year you haven't written one story about how it's different and how they're getting acclimated to one another.
Yeah, Tim. No cap.
No cap. So I get it. Like, it happens in all sports, though, man. We had it when I was in Cleveland. We had the negative Nancy, who every story was negative.
I'll just ask you a question.
Oh yeah.
And I'm giving you a bleeping
I
answer.
gave you an
Well,
answer.
you guys are making it a lot easier this year.
Yeah, that right there. Look, wait. That comment right there lines up with exactly what Coach was saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, when he makes that comment, he thinks he's being a smart ass, but around that room, he's going, now I see why Jason Kidd is the way he is with him.
Anyway, I'm not rats off a ship on Jason Kidd.
No, I'm not. Nope. Not rats off a ship.
JFig?
I'm rats off a ship, and now I have allergies. I hope you're happy.
What spider?
Are you blaming me for your allergies?
Yeah. I've sneezed like 5 times.
Look what you did.
Oh,
Marcos?
so you got a allergic
phobia?
reaction from a pic. You don't like spiders?
You have arachnophobia?
Oh, yes, I do.
Here you go, JFig. I'll take care of all your spiders. You take care of all the snakes,
Birds.
lizards, and sharks and fish that bite in the water.
Sure.
Listen. I will kick the crap
Oh my
out of a
God.
spider. Look at that.
Do you want me to cuss?
You know who he looks like? He
Kinda.
looks like the
Oh
wait, Marcos. Pull that back up. He looks like the black dude in Shazam, the old guy.
gonna have a heart attack. You guys keep doing this to me.
It's gone. It's gone now, JFig.
No, I don't trust you.
Come on. Wait. Are you? Oh my God. It's just a picture, JFig. We're on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it's no biggie.
I don't want to talk to you guys right now.
Oh, we got to put that on dartboard to doom then.
You're bullying me.
Somebody
You're
gotta-
absolutely not, because I will quit.
Somebody got to hold the tarantula.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
I had one in a classroom, and I told the teacher, if that is anywhere out of the cage, I am not attending class.
Wow.
So what happened?
-1 for Sass.
He listened to me.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was shouting from the
Convincing.
hallway.
Convincing JFig. All right, no more. I'm sorry, JFig. No more wolf spider pictures.
I will block
funny.
you from this stream.
I mean, why?
Just a little wolf
I'm not
spider.
happy.
It's a little
Not
wolf
happy.
spider.
Little, yeah? Look at that
Just
toe
a-
again, and tell me if it's little.
That toe is
God,
gross.
that toe was
That toe is gross. And
Disgusting.
so are these teeth.
Oh my goodness. Wait, does he have 6 eyes or is that
Those
his
are-
nose?
I mean, I don't know,
Oh.
dude. That wolf spider
If
does
it
not.
has more eyes than us and more legs, it should not be alive.
Looks like a walrus spider.
Yeah.
Very
That
strange.
other spider was old, the old head. That was a young one right there.
Keep it
that
up,
one.
Tobin.
An
When I
old
cuss,
dude.
Wait, can I?
when
Hey,
I
how
cuss,
big
you're
is
gonna run out of dumps.
how big is a wolf spider?
Let's see.
I think it fits in the palm of your hand, but bigger than you'd like it to be.
Let's see. Wolf spider size. Not that big,
About
honestly.
3 kilometers.
Says 2 inches.
2-inch
No.
spider? So it's like this?
Do it in British.
Yeah.
3 millimeters.
But the super
No.
wolf spider is 8 inches.
The super wolf?
What? So a
Yep.
spider this big?
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
Actually, it also says that there's actually an outbreak in Kendall.
No. What, dude?
You get real specific there.
You're done to me.
Not
You're
in
done.
Florida. Not in Florida. In Kendall.
Have no words for you.
JFig's
Glenn's gonna call me. He's gonna call me.
gonna be doing like random scratching, walking around with a head on the
I am
sofa.
itchy, okay?
Hey, so but JFig, you play with snakes and stuff, right?
I play with snakes. What do you think I am?
We just think that the goth like to play with snakes.
The goths like to play with snakes.
Don't they?
All black
All
with the
these snakes
boots.
I know are all of you right now.
Take a break. Back after this.
Time to get into hot
I'm sorry, Jennifer.
I don't think she forgives you.
I don't think she does either.
I don't believe you.
Wolf Spider would be kind of a cool musical artist name, right?
Wolf Spider?
Wolf Spider sounds like they'd be at Rockville.
I wouldn't go.
Why not?
Man,
No.
this runs deep.
It runs very deep. The fact that you did that to me, I'm hurt.
Do you have a traumatic experience with a spider? Like, where does this go back to? Do you just find them icky? Like, what's the...
Wait a minute.
What is the
Wait a
root?
minute. Hold on, Tobes.
Yes.
Okay. The way she feels right now does not come from feeling icky. Right?
Well, I just want to know, like, was there a bad interaction? Have you always feared spiders?
Always.
But you never
I
taken
think
out
that's my daughter hates spiders.
Let's put it this way. I've seen one outside of my car and I went straight through a drive-through car wash.
Oh,
I
just to get it
I
off?
didn't want it. Yeah, I didn't want it near my car. I didn't want.
wipers?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Didn't want to go away.
Wow, it was resilient.
Wow.
hmm Car wash
How do you know it was gone when you went through the car wash?
because I made sure.
What if it laid eggs in the gas tank?
Can you stop talking?
Got spider
You're
eggs.
gonna make me cuss today.
Hey, have you ever
I was
JJ,
this close last segment. Okay.
have you ever smashed a spider and then
Egg
1,000
with
little
fire.
baby spiders came out? I
Oh,
have.
smeesh.
Right. It was a fat one.
Habib
was like-
spider. Smeesh.
I smashed them and it was like, we're free. All these little spiders.
Yeah.
Had to smash all them too.
What do you feel about like Spider-Man and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or is
Do you
it-
hate him as a superhero?
I actually love Spider-Man.
Bro, can we talk about for this second? Like, I saw for the first time this week the
Aquaman?
Aquaman trailer.
Oh,
This Jason Momoa may be the worst actor of all time. So it's not only did they get the worst superhero and the worst actor, like when he's talking to his baby Aquaman in the high chair, and he goes, "Son, we are part of two worlds." And I'm just like, did this guy like get multiple takes, or were they rushing to film this? Like, what the hell was going on here? This first of all, Aquaman sucks. We've established that.
Yep.
Worst superhero of all.
But
all
I'm
right?
going to see it.
But are they bringing back the same villain from last time? Because he smoked that dude in like a round.
Remember, he was on the rock at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
Yeah, but he needed to go to like that doctor to help him. So like, what are you gonna soup him up? Like, I'm sorry, dude. You need to come correct with the rematch. Like, this guy needs to win a couple fights. You know, he's got to at least take out the Flash or something like that for me to. He's like a get right fight.
You're like, hey, you need to get right fight.
Yeah, he can't just come back and fight Aquaman again.
We got baby Aquaman going on. I didn't realize that was.
Oh
thing.
yeah,
I think
dude.
you need to just take
So
it
wait,
up with the
so-
screenwriter.
So I
instead of
thought
Jason.
Amber Heard wasn't in this one.
she?
I don't remember what the results of that were. I think they maybe minimalized her role a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, Jason Momoa showed up to set following that very public dispute she had with Johnny Depp. He showed up to set dressed
as
Johnny Depp.
I don't think that they had like a good relationship.
Yeah, I feel
it
like he
doesn't.
sabotaged
It doesn't
Dressed
sound
as
like
who?
Johnny Depp.
he showed up to set as dressed as Johnny Depp, which is funny, but also
That ain't gonna go well.
I don't think it's gonna go well, dude. He's just,
Yeah.
and then the Amber Heard's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I thought we were just laughing, baby. You know, just having a little fun."
You can't troll your co-star.
Well, yeah, some are
Why
weirdos.
not?
Like that. Some like what is didn't Jared Leto like when he was the Joker send rats to people?
Yeah, like God,
Worst Joker ever.
Let me tell you, that guy
The
annoys me.
worst.
That guy.
I mean, the best one was Heath Ledger, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Heath Ledger. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix's
Oh yeah, that's
take
true.
on the Joker was kind of cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I
Yeah,
like
it
that
was
movie.
You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this. He creeps me out in all movies he does.
He does. He's got
He
you
just
know.
like a little. He's a little like. I guess that's what makes him a good actor. It seems like he's a little bit off.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, this Aquaman dude, like I'm sorry, like nothing about Jason Momoa speaks to me. And I'm sorry that the way this comes off. He doesn't portray loving father. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, he's too
okay.
handsome. I'm sorry.
He's too handsome.
Handsome. He doesn't portray loving father like that. He thinks like if that kid was eating its split peas or whatever, I don't know what a Aquaman baby eats, but he's like, this kid's icky. Get him away from me. You know, like in fact, I bet you that baby's CGI. I bet you that he wouldn't even work with a real baby on set.
Okay, you think he's just done with?
That's not a real.
He has kids, right?
You know, he's a father.
Yeah.
Does he?
With
Never seen him.
what's her name? Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, but didn't he have the kids when he was less handsome?
He was always handsome.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's go.
Wait, Tobin,
Yes.
you're confusing fame with looks.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this guy was only a good actor when you couldn't understand what he was saying in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at his timeline. Look, his early career doesn't even have a beard.
Yeah, come on. He got handsome when he had the long hair, and that was his thing.
Look at this guy.
No, when he didn't
But
even
anyway.
have long hair, he looked really good.
Let me see. JFig sent me a link.
He did debut his acting career in Baywatch. You know, you don't get there.
No,
looking
that
ugly.
link works, does it? No, it doesn't. Actually, yeah, it does.
I mean, he was a handsome guy with no hair and a beard, but like he's just your run of the mill handsome guy. Like it's the beard and the hair.
Run of the mill handsome
Run
guy.
of the mill.
Yeah, it's just a run of the mill handsome
guy.
You know, like
I get that.
Like
I get
Gabe
that.
Vincent's handsome, but he's more handsome on the heat. You know, when he doesn't have
Exactly.
Like,
He's more handsome on the heat.
There's something about him.
That's right.
You know,
as a fellow run-of-the-mill handsome guy, I completely get what you're talking about.
All right, that's our show for today, everybody.
We
We'll
all
talk to you
found out that
guys
we're
tomorrow.
ugly. That's thanks, Tobes.
Football can put you in a world of pain, particularly when you get hit below the equator. Best to just laugh it off.
Yeah! You're about to ball today.
HBO,
They knew.
you're a dirty bitch.
Jesus Christ. I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Hey, want to see the ugly mugs that go along?